forward.
Boom. Esports. They've converted the bonus, and they are looking to find the momentum.
Bunny's fantastic for them. Now into an anti-eco. Sees off the bat. Doesn't quite catch Danby. He can go forward now. Opening up the door. Dark cover forward. Prowler catches the trip. Zespi trying to hold with the paranoia, but he gets caught by Persia. What a shot.
Great Sheriff. And that could be the site.
Yes,
one kill could be one round.
Site's open for business. Open plant for tree. Neural Theft reveals all of their positions. Danby catching up close.
Oh, jumping relay bolt, and there it is! Danby slides in! There's the neon movement, he's looking at it, but Shiro shuts him down. 3 on 3, the guns don't quite favor Sinprisa, but boom, they are looking to fight back. Here comes Shiro now, off towards stairs. Ivy trying to hold off. Possibly an unexpected angle. Persia with the off angle into the side as well. The trio, they push in. Oh, it's a 2-1, and it's going to be Famous in for the trade. Francis with the judge from behind. It's all down to Berserks, the carry for the team on this map, and he has to do it all. But the jumping shotguns, it's going to be the thrifty for Sinprisa Gaming.
You just can't cat them out of any of these rounds on attack. They're doing exactly what they did to Boom in that upper bracket, the pacing to beat the Seas from Danby, streaking through the door. Hell of a sheriff shot from Persia. Zespi maybe a little bit over-enthusiastic. He had the judge in the close quarters position. Could have played the tree choke there. And SPG applying the pressure now. Boom, streaking forward, taking this A main control, shutting SPG out, but they are ready to take it back.
Trying to read the rounds, SPG, counter paranoia as well. And here comes Danby in with the overdrive. It's the Odin that catches him square in. Famous with the showstopper as well, explodes on towards Mound.
SPG cutting sound now. We've had a 2 for 2. We've had an initial exchange over on A main. Boom do not have any information. Cam in a passive position above C. What will they do? Looks like they're itching. They're eager to go and re-clear A main, to go and find some space, but Famous just sitting in a corner. He's not looking for anything. Boom is playing very passive, and that puts a lot of pressure on the shoulders of Berserks here. He has to hold this C site all by himself.
Silent. It's deafening. And it's going to be that surprise kill on towards Berserks.
Beautiful shot from Ivy. Puts him down instantly. No Cypher Util online anymore. Famous and Shiro walking hand in hand through Waterfall.
So much to do. The barrel instantly spotted out, and that's going to be Francis! What an angle to hold! A wallbang shot as well, and Sinprisa looking to close in on the gap.
They are way too sharp, man. Ivy just bops Berserks in seconds. You cross the threshold around the side of Waterfall, and Francis is picking you off with ease. Too much depth on this SPG roster to handle, and once again, after what you could consider a pretty reasonable start from Boom, SPG is working their way back in.
In towards Mound, and it's going to be Danby once again, kicking things off.
All going up. Lurk smoke exchange by SPG, trying to deny that information over towards the seaside. Zespi, could he have his own shotgun highlight moment on A main here?
Holding tight on the angle. Looking for those point blank shots, but he has to fall back. He feels the pressure, and it's just too overwhelming. NC Slasher down low as well. Ivy, he's getting the entries, he's getting the kills for Sinprisa. Now alongside Danby, so much chaos on the site. Famous, he's got a Bucky of his own, but will he be able to find the shots? He heard that sprint, he heard those footsteps, but only good for 1 kill. Sinprisa, they have tied up the score.
They are on the verge of getting themselves a spot in VCT Pacific here, Quack. The money is fantastic. Everything is going their way. Another standout game from Ivy here at Ascension in Jakarta. He's got the pit online. Danby continuing to slide forward and find these timings onto the A site anchor. You can't keep letting him get out rubble like that, or this game is done.
3 ultimates online as well for us.
Yep, they have a lot of good things to work with. Judges back out for Danby. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Operator in a passive position for famous Shiro. He's been fantastic front B, but he doesn't have an opportunity to even get involved in the round.
Nightfall out as well. Mostly evaded by Boom, but how do they come in with the retake now? So much space being taken away.
There's so many snacks to trip up on. Pit is up in the site. Safe position from Ivy. You are never dislodging him. Nightfall goes forward. Gathers a lot of info. The spam through the wall from NC Slasher.
But into the Viper's pit now. Zespi, the paranoia. It connects. Will he be able to find the kills? What an angle being held by Francis. Once again, it's a little bit unorthodox. It's a little bit offline, but they have to do the shots. They have to find the frags. Persia, he's doing it all instead. Berserk's now up from behind. They're starting to push in. They need to take down the Viper. Francis, he's so good crouched down. Zespi, he teleports right up behind him. Shineru, it's gonna be Ivy! What a clutch from the man. The poison in their veins.
It's all in the name inside of the pit. And I'll tell you what, Quack, if nothing else, that one is going to sting for Boom. It's going to leave a scar that they will never forget. Their chances at ascending to VCT Pacific are slipping through their fingers. History is repeating itself again. Back down onto the half by. Once again, just buying whatever they can, getting some judges on some cheeky angles. Shiro trying to get the rifle up. He can get an orb or a kill. He can get the pit down and use that phantom perfectly.
Trying to find it. Trying so darn hard.
Again, it's just that C-mount control, but going back to A-main into the Bucky.
Down to Famous. NC Slash has already been spotted out. Good little pick off, but with the blast packs, trying to catch them off guard. It's not connecting.
So
Francis
close.
with the frags.
Just not enough. They've dislodged the Bucky on the close angle once again. Francis selling the fake. He's going to tickle the door. This makes so much noise. It's going to put the pressure on Boom Esports to rotate back to the A side of the map. Shiro puts the wall up. He's got the Phantom ready to go, but SPG's walking into an open C site.
And that's going to be a free plant. The frag from Francis as well. Boom, the 2 remaining players. No guns available. They are trying to find anything. If they lose it all right here, if they slip and fall, they can't let it affect them. They need to hold their heads up high. Danby just not letting up, not letting Boom breathe whatsoever. Margaret onto the final frag. Senprisa, they are 1 round away from it. From match point, 11-9 right now, Billy.
Dominance all tournament long. SPG on the verge of something historic. Winning Ascension without dropping a single map.
No way.
Earlier this year, all of these players were knocked out in the open qualifier in 3 different teams. They then go on to win VCLKR to take the spot in towards Ascension for a region which is known for having so much talent, for being the home of the VCT Pacific, and they just keep getting better and better.
And if they do win it as well, potential contenders. But listen to this crowd. So desperate for Boom to mount the comeback.
Everything's against them. SPG has got so much money, they have not put a toe out of line on this attacking side.
Boom, they have to make it happen. Eyes on the prize, Pilski. even when it seems impossible. In order to ascend, that is exactly what you need to pull off.
Time to get back into it. You know what they say when the going gets tough? Show us that you are now, Boom. Show us that you can step up against all odds. Because it's not just going to take these next couple of rounds. They've got to make it happen 2 more times after this in a tournament where no one has beaten Sinprisa Gaming. SPG going for the mount control. Fort dealt with by Berserk. Sambi's up in his face. You can't lose that pick. Pit going down for Shiro. Trip keeping him safe inside of it. Rotation back across from Berserk in towards C-Link. Door tickled now. Pressure on the front side of B. Boom. Holding in tandem over there. What do SPG choose to do now that they've denied the C info?
Straight into B. Both extremities of the map controlled by Boom. So that's the only option available. They're just trying to exert a bit of pressure, a bit of presence from Francis.
SPG are still back in their spawn, man. A minute to go on the clock. What's the choice? Into B, where you've seen a bit of fade util, through a Viper's Pit, where you think it might be the weak side of the map, or are you going to try to get into A here? Dark cover going to go front side of A. Danby going to try to sell a one-man fake. He's going to open up the door. He's going to throw in his relay bolt. He's going to pull Berserks back across to the A side of the map. And SPG are going to try to hunt Shiro in the pit.
Just 3 predators hunting for that one prey. They can smell his fear. The snakebite trying to push them off. Is it going to be enough, though? They need so much more. Shiro, he's trying to reposition, but immediately spotted out. That's Shiro gone. Danby, look at where he is.
Persia just shrouded steps straight past him. He's not ready for it all. Danby pushing forward into spawns. SB gets caught off guard. Persia's gone 1 for 1 in the meanwhile.
It's going to be NC Slasher with a wallbang shot, trying to deny the spike plant, but still, it gets planted. Famous, 1 shot away from the showstopper.
Nothing he can do here. There's just too many SPG players active out on the map. Too much time ticked off the spike. All he can try to do is bring a Vandal into the next round, is try to get his showstopper online. But outside of that, look at the money for Boom. It's going to be a half buy to try to fight for this game with. Down to Judges, Guardians, Bulldogs. It's not what you want to fight for a grand final spot with, and SPG are on the precipice of confirming the greatness that we all suspected.
Oh, they've spotted him out. And look at this. No advantages, no pleasures, no joy. Sinprisa. The river has run dry for Boom. Tightening on this chokehold. Sinprisa, it's match point now. This could be it.
First shot. Doing a great job holding the smoke there. What can Boom come up with here? Couple of rounds in a row.
Still just trying to shoot back though. Ivy now in with the Odin. Trying to fire off Sinprisa. They are taking this round slow and steady.
Shiro holding the line front B. SPG, dark cover forward in towards the C side. Berserk's all alone trying to play off the back of his trips, trying to see if he can find any spam kills here. But SPG, it's all just pressure. It's patience. They know the pressure that they're putting on Boom. They're trying to make them panic. Boom trying to hold with an A site hold on one side of the map. A little bit of a trap set up with the paint shells, all the paranoia. Further pressure applied by Francis. Wall goes up. Haunt goes in, but make no mistake, SPG is going to get into this C site unless Berserks can hold.
Berserks, he's done it before. He has to do it on this map. The cage, the only thing between him and SPG. The dark covers come up as well. And Boom setting up for the retake. You've got a little bit of a flank from Francis as well, and that's too much. Here comes Danby. He's dancing all over the site. Berserks connects onto the first shot. The showstopper comes in. Boom! They're trying so hard to fight back. Up against the ropes. They throw in some haymakers. They throw in the huge punches. Their fists are hammers. They claw around, back away from SPG.
You have to get nervous for Boom there. The narrative of this tournament is if SPG get into a post plant, you will not complete the retake. But Boom defied the odds. 2 more to overtime.
Overtime or bust. They've got to do it all. A good little win. One single round. Everyone watching at the edge of their seats.
This is where now you've got to conquer the challenge that is the overdrive. That is Danby getting up in your face and causing havoc. 3 players on this A side here. Wall goes up. Famous through the corner of the wall. Danby diving forward. Famous is coming up huge for Boom.
Indonesia, Britama Arena. Everyone's hearts, they beat as one. The paranoia sent out now as well. All rallying behind these 2 frags from Famous. A third. Francis trying to wrangle away, but it's not gonna happen, not today. A flawless for Boom. The hungry beasts are here and they are howling.
1 more round to overtime. You see a tiny little hole in a Viper wall. And that's all you need sometimes. Timeout for Simprisa. It has to stop here, but the crowd is going to apply the press, booing Simprisa. They're trying to stop Boom's momentum, and this is where the drums will start in the Britama Arena.
You just need that star factor. Boom. This is the 6th man of their roster right now, the entire crowd.
We're on the precipice here. 1 round, the difference between a chance at making their dreams come true and it all slipping through their fingers for both sides. On the precipice of a reverse sweep maybe, or on the precipice of it all ending here. The whole nation behind Boom right now in the Britama Arena. They want 1 more round.
Boom's looking to give it to them. Simprisa looking to take everything away. The dreams on the line, the eyes on the prize again, once more.
Spotlight on the trophy. That's what this round is for. This last round. And it could be within reaching distance for Simprisa Gaming. A main control going to be taken right off the bat. Margaret keeping an ear out over on front side C. Sees nothing off the cam. Aggression in towards front B here.
But Famous, he hears those footsteps. A couple of shots. But the trades from Simprisa are good as well. Danby's still alive. He's got the overdrive and he's looking to regress.
Clearing front B. Simprisa mobilizing their forces. Going to try to force their way into the B side. Through the dark cover. Looks like it.
Oh, and here comes Relay Bolt. Square on into heaven. Despi has to respect it. Shiro as well. They're just waiting for reinforcements. All rendezvousing up for round spawn. They need to push in. They need to make it happen. But it still is Danby in with that judge. Oh, this position, Pili. This is not good for them. A single mistake and it could be it. Paranoia through and pursuit. He's managed to make it happen. Needs to go in hand. That's going to be the kill. That's going to be another. Ivy. What can you do? Spike tapped all the way to half. Dancing back and forth around the corners. 0! This is overtime.
Three in a row to stay alive. They won't let Simprisa have it this easily. Boom will not back down on home soil today. They don't let Simprisa execute their game plan. They don't let them into the site. They go aggressive front B. They take assertive control of their own destiny. Different Viper wall across the B site this time for Shiro. Simprisa playing a split approach, not really committing to too much of anything here in overtime. Feeling out the A main control, seeing what noise there is over there, being ready to potentially hold a fast B hit. And goes forward for Boom Esports, and they want to pull the trigger straight away here.
Got to set it up for the right time. It's got to be precise. Off the Prowlers, but the C's so good as well. Francis, he's holding them back. Ivy in with a snake bite. Boom, they're looking for another option.
Boom, what do they do here? The C's has foiled their plans. Dark cover goes up, Viper wall goes up. Doors closed to B, boys. We're not getting in there. But they have no other options. Berserk's looking for a pick onto Persia. This duel's going to be incredibly important, but they might just re-execute B.
Cutting noise and then going in off the ramp as well. Oh. It's going to be a shot in from Famous. Zespi into the site. Straight he goes. Spike getting planted now. Persia, what a paranoia. He's looking to create pressure on the side and then their offensive takes. But boom, they managed to hold them off. Nightfall in, it's the kill. Anti-slash for Zespi. They do it all.
Boom does not care if you shut them down at B. They're going in anyway. The crowd wheeling them forward. Setting up the reverse sweep.
They're saying, Abisit,
Finish it.
That is what we've been hearing so far throughout this entire playoffs.
Taunt dealt with. Danby going forward, applying pressure to Famous. Berserk's over here on the side as well. Trips and Paint Shell could be huge. Margaret denying info front B has taken all of that B main space. The C pressure keeps two players for Boom with boots firm on the ground in the B site. Famous not on the rotation. He's going to play in front of that trip. Off angle for Zespi. If the A main control comes back through here for SPG, he could get a free pick. If it doesn't, he's going to know that they don't have to fall, but they've fallen off the line. The pressure's too much for him. He doesn't want to lose the pick at this point in the round, and that prompts the rotation back across from both Shiro and MC Flasher into Heaven's side. Door tickled. Taunt goes up, but this is just pressure from SPG, Quack. They're not committed to anything yet. They haven't decided where they wish to finish this round.
It's quite a bit of utility drawn out from Zespi as well. Oh. Heavy responsibility! MC Fletcher! What a shot! But SPG fires right back into the B site. They go! It's gonna be onto Berserk's now, and he's hiding.
Persia's calling the audible. Berserk's not able to find anything inside of the dark cover. They know that the C site's open for business. Boom scrambling into position.
And Persia is in such a good position, but Shiro's ready for the heads-up duel. Down to Ivy and Margaret onto the site. Great opening shot. Shiro's good onto the site as well. Margaret with nothing but a Vendel to his name, trying to wrap around the corners. Dink, a pre-fire shot, a great dink. Pulls out the cannon, he's thinking about it. But look at where Boom have gone. He has no idea. Boom. Together, they try to creep up, but the shot's too good. He's just ready for it. Quick on the trigger, and it's all up to Shiro, the IGL. Confidence in his base. He needs to make it happen. Margaret just toying with him. Shiro, he gets the shot down at the right time. A sigh of relief. The crowd goes wild. Finish him! And Boom has done just that!
SPG, little deflated, little disappointed. And Boom, that's the win they needed to be able to bring the energy back, to be able to create a chance at a reverse sweep. but it's going to take a lot more. They've used a lot of energy winning that game of Lotus. Yet another game of Lotus in a key game for Boom, won in overtime. Won off the energy of the crowd, willing them forward.
That is true, Pilly. Sin Prisa are a tough opponent, a tough titan to take down. But Boom, as they step off the stage, their faces reflecting that they clearly are aware of this. They can revel in the victory for now. A single beacon of hope sometimes is all you need.
The crowd still cheering for them as they walk off. Still giving their energy. Whether Boom can continue to claw their way back in this series, it's going to be a tough prospect. SPG almost taking it away from them.
Just SPG, incredible performances. We're going to toss it back to Vic, Dax, and Ewok to take all the action down.
My goodness, guys. Boom! Ladies and gentlemen, we have a full series on our hands. And I have to tell you, I'm so happy to see there's a result. A 3-0, I don't think it's that fun to watch. And I have to say, it's so hard not to be infected by this crowd energy. And it makes you really, you can feel the emotions coming through, the tension that was hanging in the air in those final rounds.
You can feel when the air is heavy, and you could feel the relief when we went into overtime. Look, we were talking about a while ago, overtime, maybe it's not a good thing for Boom. Apparently not. Overtime is inevitable when it's Boom Esports, and that's their third overtime win here.
Yeah, we mentioned the crowd was going a little bit quiet at map 2, and the crowd turned up so huge right now. When Famous got the 2 fast double kills,
Yep.
the crowd erupted, and I'm sure the players could all hear that. And it's just so much energy and momentum. SPG couldn't close it out. So much has been done by Boom to make this comeback happen.
It is actually crazy how much this audience does matter to this team right now. We were talking about the last half was a little bit quiet on that second half. This game, I'm not gonna lie, I went down there too just to help rev up the crowd a little bit because it does. And then you see this turnaround effect. It's crazy. But Ewok, it's got to be more than the crowd. What has changed here? Why is Boom pushing it so close with SPG this time?
I think for this map especially, their game plan was good. We mentioned about the Cypher, and the Cypher definitely countered that Danby entry. And that's why we're highlighting Berserks right here. Because he was the one doing so much work, even on the attack side with that Cypher. So much was done on that Cypher alone, Dax.
Yeah, and 27 kills, 17 of those came from the first half. He was essential on the attack, essential on the defense, and his mere presence really messed up Danby's plans. We see multiple times Danby tries to abuse basically the double slide, right? When you get the reset while popping the ult, always you see Boom Esports in the way, in position. And you gotta give big props also to Famous. He's not faltering under this pressure. Really, some of the players that historically in Boom did kind of shrink in these kind of scenarios, they're stepping up today. Berserk's Famous, great stuff for them.
How do you slow down a Neon? You throw in a Cypher.
Yes,
Exactly,
some
right?
tripwires.
Tripwire,
Yeah.
Trip up Neon a little bit.
Yeah, I think it
Slow
was a
him down.
great choice from
Yes.
the coaching staff, or whether it be player also. They identified it's difficult for them to deal with the Cypher. Throw in the Cypher, it's a little bit of a change. It doesn't change our macro too much. And Berserk, it seems like he's like, I wanted to play Cypher my whole life.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Margaret had something going on there too.
Yeah, that's scary.
All right, well, we are gonna go into the 4th map after this break. Guys, I'm like sweating, my heart palpitations. We're gonna take this break to recover. When we come back, we are gonna go into map 4, VCT Ascension.
안녕하세요. 한국에서 온 심플이사의 프란시스 김우빈이라고 합니다.
미드 투 A를 할 건지.
저희 한국 지역에서는 되게 공격적이면서도 노련하고 플레이 스타일에서 유연하게 대처할 수 있는 것 같습니다. 저희 감독님께서 팀 분위기를 되게 친구들 대하듯이 되게 편하게 해주셔가지고 팀 분위기가 되게 좋아서 특별하다고 생각해요. 저희 팀은 한마디로 야생마라고 할 수 있습니다. 이유는 되게 플레이 스타일이 공격적이기 때문이라고 생각합니다. 상대팀 입장에서 저희 팀은 되게 예측할 수 없는 플레이들이 많기 때문에 조심하셔야 될 겁니다. 시프리사의 키플레이어는 저라고 할 수 있습니다. 왜냐하면 저희 팀원들이 잘 총을 쏠 수 있게 만들어줄 수 있는 리더십과 노련함? 제 나이로서는 나올 수 없는 노련함들이 있기 때문이라 생각합니다. 네, 잘하는 팀이라서 어센션까지 올라온 것 같은데 되게 재밌을 것 같습니다. 저희 팀 만나면 벌벌 떨게 만들어드리겠습니다.
Hi, my name is Shah. My GN is SU. I'm from Boom Esports, and we are the representative from Indonesia. If I can describe my team in one word, I'll say hungry beasts because we are all hungry to win and we are all born to be champions. We have a huge amount of experience. Me and Fikri is one of the older players, and then we have 3 other younger generations. Like Rizky sama Fikri kan, they all managed to play in the bigger stage before. So the thing is I feel like we share a huge amount of experience, and in each individual of us we can basically frag and clutch anytime we want. I think what differentiates us is basically Indonesia region has 2 different playstyle. We usually can mix the playstyle. Like example, we can go aggressive, we can go rank style, and we can even play structured. And yeah, because of that, I feel Indonesian is a very consistent region where everybody can play different kind of playstyle. You guys have to worry about our team because we've been practicing very hard since almost every single day, and we've been preparing for this day. It means a lot for every team out there, especially for us as well. And I don't think so Boom wants to make another top 3 again in the last year of Ascension. So there's a lot of meaning towards us, and especially for me and Fikri, because we are not young anymore. We're gonna play with a lot of emotional and feelings, and yeah, we're gonna take every round seriously. You guys, good luck and have fun, and make sure be ready for us because we are not here to lose, and we are obviously here to win.
Everyone strive to reach the peak. Zoe is here, participating in every frame, perfecting the view for every battle. From soul to the world, Zoe strives for perfection, knowing that every frame is crucial to victory. As the tournament rages on, Zoe stands with you.
Battle, every frame.
back to VCT Ascension Pacific. We are in Jakarta and had a really gripping third map just now on Lotus. And what that meant was Boom has earned themselves an extra life to stay in this game in this best of 5, and they still have a chance to ascend to VCT Pacific. That said, SPG has been looking really strong. Now, I do want to break these teams down a bit. We were talking about the rookies on SPG side, but we saw in the video just now that interview with Zespi. Their team is really experienced. But what that also means is that this team is a little bit older. He said we're not young anymore. And the implication there, Ewok, is that their career is not going to be going on for the next decade. This is going to be the last few major events for them if they don't get into VCT Pacific.
Yeah, esports is just like that. You need to get the most out of the years that you have where you're at your peak performance for playing esports. And of course, these guys are getting older, and that's even more motivation for them to do it now, not later.
And what that also means now with these final 2 maps, if they don't get this, that's not it for them, but that's it for this event. And the last 2 maps are Haven and Bind, and these 2 maps for SPG are incredible.
Hey, look, Boom finally got the lifeline, but the hardest road, it starts here. What happened when SPG last played Haven, right? We all know what happened. We all know the scoreline. The incident. I'm gonna, open those case files. 13-0.
Yeah.
That is just incredible to do on a stage like this against an incredible team like Full Sim. And then conversely, Haven is a map that Boom has effectively avoided for so very long. They played it once in the grand finals against Alter Ego. Didn't pan out because they were forced to animate because of the double ban for AE.
Yep.
And then you consider Bind next, where Simprisa have looked so stunning on it throughout their careers, throughout stage 2 in VCT Korea especially. And what we see from them, that double sentinel, it's either you have a plan for them ready, or else you're just gonna get choked up with.
Yeah, we talked about it when we saw the veto, right? We were interested in why these 2 maps were left for the end.
Yeah, like why Sunset was first, right?
Yes, and of course I feel like they did really well on Sunset, right? But we are in the position now of the 2-1, and we have 2 maps where we feel like it's pretty confident if you're SPG right now. But there is one thing I would love to hear. I would have loved to be in the practice room of SPG, how they're getting ready, because what I think is being said now might be, if it could change the tide, they can win, or is Boom making the comeback?
Yeah, that is a great question. Boom has been very vocal. They obviously like the stage. Simprisa Gaming has been keeping their calm, keeping their cool. Even when we ask them, how do you react to the crowd? They're like, well, of course they're going to cheer for the home team, but they can go and cheer for the home team. We're going to do what we're here to do, which is to win. And they're very confident in their game plan, and I'm sure this is a large part of what they're doing right now. They're pointing out any potential mistakes here. Boom has immense firepower. When they have that confidence, they've obviously proved that they can do that. But the question is, how is SPG going to counter that?
Well, I've been thinking right now, who are key players SPG can look forward to? And my eye goes back to that last map, and even to the last series. Ivy is truly waking on up here in the arena as well. We've talked about all throughout the tournament that, oh, this is so good for Persia, this is looking so good for Dambi, but Ivy was the closer when they were back in Korea. He was the reason why they beat Nongshim there in Abyss, that incredible clutch coming in from him. And right now, he's showing the same signs of life in this run, in last series for Simprisa, in this series right now. And I remember I saw that B-side take with the Virus Spit. I was like, Ivy has this. If he's the one left behind, he can get the clutch, and his numbers are proving it in the last 2 series that Simprisa has played.
Yeah. So what I'm also a little bit curious about is the moment there's so much momentum, right? You win the map, and in that fashion, which Boom did. The moment you leave the stage, a lot of that momentum leaves as well. You go back into the room, and you come back out, and you're a little bit of a fresh start. Yes, you still have it in the back of your mind, but if everyone did a good job on the mental side, this is a fresh start. This is like the series is 0-0, and I'm wondering who's coming out the better of it if it's 0-0 back again.
Think about it though, guys. This is the first time Simprisa has dropped the map.
Yes.
This is the first time we actually see them say, oh, we have to play for more. Oh, we're not going back to Korea to do Pacific here and now. And I wonder how that feeling is for Simprisa Gaming. Are they angry about it? Are they still keeping their calm? What is going on right now for SPG?
I would love to know the same thing. I'm pretty sure right now they have perfect score. and I'm telling you, like, Asian students were kind of like, ooh, There's an imperfect score now, and I'm sure they want that extra credit. They probably want another 13-0 of anything there. You know, Zespi was talking about there are two different playstyles in Indonesia. Now, SPG, we've seen that they have a very interesting playstyle, even for a Korean team. They've said it themselves, they're aggressive, they're unpredictable. What are the two styles for Indonesia? And do you think this is something that Boom needs to adjust at all? Or should they just continue forward and do the absolute best that they can?
I do like that Boom do sometimes switch up the pacing. They are a little bit slower than some of the other teams
We've seen
that
that
we've seen,
they
but
have a
that's
very
not in a
interesting
negative way. Full Sense is one of those teams that also do change it up a little bit, but are traditionally slightly a little bit slower. When I initially came over to Indonesia to coach the teams here, Onyx was very ranked style. So I had to instill some structure and everything, and there's sometimes some pushback against it, and maybe you're just not as comfortable with it, but I do feel like both of these teams do have their styles down. They are comfortable with it, so I don't really see a reason why they would throw that out of the window now, especially with the stakes this high. Stick to what you know, but make those slight adjustments exactly how Boom did with the Cypher last map.
Yeah, and you see it also from Boom. Sometimes they start off these maps, they still want to play the retake style, more structured, play that utility. But once it comes, you could see when the lesson was learned against Impresa the first time around. They just got rolled over on Lotus because they kept forcing that kind of style, not really going for the contest that they would like. And as of right now, instead, it's just, okay, we need to fight. We need to fight Impresa right now. We need to actually counter them. We need to put this utility. We need to spend as much as we can just to displace Impresa gaming. And that's what we love about Boom Esports and the past few series that they've had. They've really shown that they can do it.
Now this game, this next map is going to be really tense. The emotions got really high just now near the end of that third map. This fourth map is going to be very similar. Tensions are going to be high, emotions are going to be running high. And imagine what Boom is talking to their team right now. I got to speak to Zespi yesterday in the hotel lobby. He was telling his team, if we lose, don't cry. And I, of course, asked him, what's wrong with crying? And he said, I want them to leave with no regrets. And I can imagine this is the point they're at now. No regrets. We are here on the final stage. We prepped all that we can for both of these teams. And they just need to do the absolute best that we can and hope for the best and enjoy every moment. Because not every day you get to be on a grand final stage.
Absolutely.
So I'm very excited for this final map, Boom versus Impresa Gaming.
How close were they to being out of it? It was match point for SPG. They were so close. And Vic, you asked, what do I feel like is a little bit different? I think the moment when the enemy team reaches that match point, there's two different reactions. The one is, it's Joker.
Yeah.
The other one is, now, we got nothing to lose.
Yes.
Let's go. Didn't we so famous? 2 kill, 2 kill, 2 kill.
You really
and the
could see
crowd
that.
loved it,
Yes.
right? And then we're like, oh,
Yeah.
is it
possible.
happening? Right? That is the two different reactions. And we saw the route that they did take.
It's actually crazy. You could see it. You could see that, like, you know, they just threw all their worries into the air.
Watch it to the win.
And they just played like how I assume they play in scrims. Both of these teams have been reputed to play amazing in their scrims. And that's probably because stakes aren't very high when you're in the scrims. And they need to bring that same attitude here to the stage, to the grand finals stage. As we gear up for Haven, I'm curious about these comps. I'm curious how both of these teams have prepared for each other in this fourth map. And again, this is the last life for Boom.
Yeah, and well, Boom, historically, they play a very standard composition of going for the breach as well as the killjoy, but it's time!
Oh.
It's time for Boom Esports!
Grand final Neon!
On the Neon! And we have been saying, is this a clash of styles? Raze versus Neon. Will we see that? Will be a forced jet? No. It is finally time for Boom Esports to bringing out the Masters the most.
They're bringing out the Viper Sky Neon comp. This is going to be really interesting. I do think they're making the change here to potentially counter the SPG comp with the Neon. The Cypher's going to do work, but this time there is a Sova to be able to break Cypher tricks.
Boom Esports are here to play. They have brought out the Wolfpack and they are here to win that trophy. Can they do it and bring us to a fifth map? Let's go over to our casters, Quack and Pilsky.
Very much Vic, Dax, and Ewok. Yes, this is insane. What is this composition? They came up hot off a huge win up on the third map, but now into Haven. We haven't seen this Haven from Boom so far in this tournament. And it's going to be a Neon.
Dart cover, straight through the long A. A main control taken. Dart dealt with NC Slasher inside of the smoke, looking to punish anybody who pushes through from SPG. But as the dust settles, SPG will have some A long control. Sam keeping an eye on middle. Dog goes forward, cleared by the Omen.
I'm really curious about the Sky and Breach comparison, but right now it's just a bit of information.
Jump spot. Oh, they tried to catch NC Slasher there in a little bit of a trap. Zespi playing behind his one-way on Sewer, and SPG don't like the way this feels. They're going to go back to middle, but Ivy hits a shot, traded back by Shiro. Danby's trying to trade him back, hits him with the relay bolt, but the orb keeps Shiro safe.
And he comes back inside this orb as well. Just trying to keep them on their toesies. Shiro, what a frag. Danby still, though, just quickly straight into the safe site. NC Slasher kind of aware of it, but not quite able to connect the shots. It still is going to be Danby continuing to push off front. Zespi up from behind, Berserks as well. The paranoia, it hits. The spike, not yet planted. Persia, he's in trouble. Danby's down. Shiro, what a kill to start off the map for Boom.
Shiro is the hero that Boom Esports need in that round. Ice cold to sit in a toxic orb. Top B getting full stunned by the relay bolt, and then the looseness that it takes to push through the orb and kill the lurker after being under that much pressure. Those are the kind of plays that you need to pull off a historic comeback.
Still though, this is gonna have to be a marathon since Brisa are still up by 2 maps.
Control. Danby again has got the Bucky out. Scary to play against. It's given Boom a couple of issues already on Lotus, and looks like SPG are going to take this B site.
Wow, Danby straight in, dealt with by Famous. Shiro up on the other side of C-Link. What can SPG do? The spike on the ground, firing out frantically. Nothing doing. Flawless round for Boom.
What's the answer to SPG? What's the answer to Danby on the Neon? Berserk Cypher, bro. Swapping to the Cypher on both Lotus and Haven, making the small adaptations that are needed to break up SPG's pacing, to stop the Neon getting too far in. Boom collapsing on the B site and swatting away that annoyance of an anti-eco.
Throughout this whole tournament, Danby has been such an annoying factor, but suddenly now, Boom with the composition, the guiding light, it spots out SPG.
A main control taken by SPG here. Does seem like they're just going to, similar to the pistol, pull this one out, wait for Boom to re-aggress. It's going to be, again, the dog on the same timing for NC Slasher, most likely, looking for information. Smoke to Garage, trying to deny that info. Retake on A long, the trap has been set.
Trailblazer spotted as well. The trap doesn't quite spring.
Yeah, they don't quite catch the right time. Trying to be the hero, lurk up front P. He's going to try to cut the rotations in the mid round if possible. Left behind is Ivy. Droning, keeping the pressure on A, keeping the rotations there, but they're not fighting. Look at Famous moving back through Swan. He needs to make it to the C site to be able to defend in time, but it looks like it's going to be an open site and a retake scenario for Boom.
This is the strength of that Viper as well. In a pivot position, he's able to come back to C at the right time. Famous, the battling comes up. Francis in the cyber case though. Berserk's up from behind. Persia fires back, and here he comes. Boom, trying to pick them off bit by bit. Frag by frag, bullet by bullet. Margaret up from behind, but he's been hurt. Zespi turns around at the right time. Boom, the bonus has been converted.
They've won another bonus round. Full momentum with them. SPG, they had that sliver of a timing. They made it on the C site. Danby was up in their face. What's happened all tournament long? He multi-frags, he pushes into his opponent's Swan. He sends a message, but this time, Famous punishes. We've criticized him for not playing Neon too much, for being a little bit inflexible in the Asian pool. What a story it would be for him to Neon diff Danby.
Hiding this trump cut all tournament long. Trump card being pulled out.
Absolutely, completely different composition, everything. All of your preparation is out the window for SPG Trailblazer. Going through the dark cover, once again confirming that SPG has taken a lot of control. But that's nothing out of the ordinary for Boom. They are very well prepared to hold exactly this kind of round. Margaret's in grass. Guiding light once again confirming that SPG have not been cancelled. And Boom will keep 3 on the A site.
Yeah, we'll play this game with you for as long as you want, SPG. Dark cover comes out, and Zesby's full and well aware. Paranoia straight in. Danby, though, shots through the toxic screen, and here comes the slide! Oh, and a third! He will get shut down, but the damage is done!
They wiped the sites with Sheriffs. You can't slide in with a one-shot kill gun like a Sheriff and multi-frag like that. How is that possible?
No.
Berserks, there's just nothing for him to do in this round. Great momentous start to this game for Boom, winning the bonus, putting themselves on the right track, but SPG winning a half buy like that. Look at how many guns they're about to pick up. That's a massive economy swing, and that's a huge equalizer early on in this game of Haven.
Big bargain. Thrifty round. SPG just visited the thrift store and picked up weapons for free. And it's all thanks to Danby's Sheriff. I mean, that's how insane this player is.
Absolutely. I don't know what the thrift store is called in Korea. For all the Aussies on screen, of which there are probably not that many. It's a quick trip to Vinny's, and you've come up with a bargain. Love to see it. How will Boom respond, though? Good news for them is they've got plenty of money to be able to continue to reinvest. They choose not to whip out the operator. They had the money for it. That's unlucky for Famous. It looks like he was on the jump spot, to be honest, backside of sight. And that Sheriff shot has gone through the top right corner of the sight box and taken his head off. That is incredibly unlucky for Boom.
So unlucky. All he wanted was the jump spot, but still, Danby now online with the overdrive, and he's got to be careful. Breaking through. It's going to be SPG trying to find a bit of an offensive. Boom. They've got a lot of A-long control, and they are trying to push up.
Full A main control here for Boom. Zesby in a deep position. Going to be re-cleared. Are they going to drone him off the line? There's a big crossfire between him and the sky.
Is it going to be enough? Recon drone instantly spotted out. Oh, a relay bolt as well. Guiding light in the face, and Zesby tries to hold them off the Paranoia, but look at Danby! Margaret, Francis, they're all here and ready to frag. Famous, he's got to hold them off. The fast lane comes up, a relay bolt, but it's all too desperate.
SPG slowing this down. They know that they don't have to push the issue through the Viper wall into the site. They've got a massive advantage. They call the audible. They go back towards middle, re-clearing grass, dark cover, straight onto garage window, instantly in there.
Seemingly, Boom grasping at straws in this round. Danby off to the off angle. Steps down Famous.
SPG's running circles around them. Looking a little clueless in this round, unfortunately, for Boom. They thought they had the right approach, taking that A main control away from SPG. But that's what SPG's been doing all tournament long. Beautiful rotation timings. Calling the audible, going back to the other side of the map. That's why SPG, with the speed of the Neon, are a marvel to watch on a 3-lane map.
Oh my god, Billy. Quite literally running circles around Boom. Berserk's needing to hold on to his rifle. But he doesn't look at the right angle.
He's not
Maybe up from behind.
He's not glued on enough. Rifle hitting the deck. And this is where Boom, their advantage, their bonus round win, their beautiful start to this game of Haven is completely crushed by the Sheriffs. The half buy immediately followed up by a reset in, what was that? I can't find it now. Round number 5, I think it was.
Yes.
Sorry, guys. No one's got away from me. Yeah, round 5. Huge reset there. Has to be said. And now the pressure's back on Boom again. This is where you question the comp change a little bit. At the same time, though, this has been 2 months in the making for Boom. The expectations heading into this game of Haven were that Boom and SPG, outside of that full sense game that SPG played, the 13-0, have not played Haven since the grand final of their respective challenges games. And they both lost their Haven. They lost to Nongshim on SPG's side, Boom lost to Alter Ego. And they have both clearly put in a lot of work. Boom's come up with a new comp. SPG's come in swinging against a very fearsome opposition like Full Sense and made them look second rate.
Man, is it tricky. Might have thought it could be a bit of a resurgence, this Neon pick now coming in, but is it effective enough? Can we find that consistency?
Been nothing but A main control. That's been the focus for both teams. Who will change that up? Who's going to go for a fast B set play? Who's going to go for a quick C exec? An aggression down C maybe from Boom. After the tack timeout, this is where you might see a little bit of a change up, and that's it. SPG, pressure on the front side of B's.
Oh.
SP's not ready for it at all. Famous close in garage, 1 kill away from his overdrive.
Gun's not looking all too good either, but
Yeah.
at least in position.
SPG slowing things down after they get that man advantage. Not in a rush. Drone re-clear in towards A main, being prepared. Danby's going to commit in with it. Couple of players hand in hand with him. Re-aggression down middle, but Margaret, the cam spots it out. They know exactly what Boom's doing, and they're going to fault line re-clear mid straight away.
Right? A bit of a reaction baited out against SPG, so utility a little bit spent. They're trying to re-clear in towards A-Long now, but Margaret, he's got other ideas.
NC Slasher though, quick on the trade. Isolating Margaret. That's the lurk dealt with, but Shiro has to hold the site with naught but a Sheriff.
Oh my god, and he hears everything. Off to the other side, Persia fires off the stun. Down to the 2-on-4. Tough retake for NC Slasher inside of the smoke.
1 kill away from the Seekers. Could reveal a few more positions here for SPG if he wants to rip it.
He's gotta find the angles. First, SPG are disciplined with the crossfire, the swing, it gets shut down.
Immediate aftershock. Berserks can't get in.
Oh.
This is the power of a breach on Haven. Good luck getting back through the choke points. Paranoid off the line. Danby hunts him down. Berserks! Beautiful kills, but there's so much time ticked off the spike.
He's still trying to go in for it though, Pilly. Persia and Ivy are very aware. Off with the sprays, just trying to keep them in line. Possible for the spike to go off, but nah, it's not too good. He's gonna head off instead.
No time. SPG. Little bit of a flutter in the hearts of the rookies, but not too much of an issue. Couple little exit kills for Berserks. He's still looking sharp. He's still looking crispy. Had a monolithic game on Lotus to keep Boom alive in this series. Been swapping it up from the Killjoy to the Cypher. He's been a key player to keep your eye on for Boom, and he's still looking sharp. Ults are going to change the game here for both teams. Pit, Overdrive, Seekers for the Boom Esports boys. They are going to dominate this A main control, but this is where SPG's changing things up. Info denial, smoke towards top C. They walk away to grass. They've got a Rolling Thunder and a Hunter's Fury, but Boom are taking their time. Walking up A, the cam is going to reveal that they're trying to take this space. That's been dealt with. 2 gunshots heard by SPG. What will they do now?
Persia comes in to investigate. The tripwire in front of their feet as well.
2 smokes coming up for Persia. They have everything they need to execute a site right now. Drone's going to go into A main, and then SPG is going to pull that trigger. They're going to take C with 3. Margaret's going to try to sneak up garage window and cut the rotates.
And Ivy's just spotted out some of the Boom players up around A lobby as well. So here comes the push straight into C-side. Danby. He's trying to open things up. The cyber cage is up from Berserk. Just trying to buy time on the rotate.
Oh, we got one.
He managed to get one through
Oh,
with the
the
sprays.
scan.
And possibly on the next as well. Runs out of ammo though, and now needs to stay alive. Margaret holding down the line inside of garage. But the shot from behind. Berserk is here. Then onto the sights.
Rolling Thunder.
They try to hold off back. It's that retake play. Post-plant positions online for SPG with the Rolling Thunder. They're just set up for it.
They
And here it comes. Trying to evade it though. Zespi, did he just strut a step? Did
Hunter's
he
Fury.
just get in time for it? Hunter's Fury blown off as well. And here it comes. Taking so much time away off the spike. Shiro
fine.
tries to stick it desperately. He manages to get it out. The Viper spin as well. No! Francis! He takes away their life and the round win.
Both teams threw everything at that round. pit invested to try to get the defuse off. Hunters, Furies, Rolling Thunder, every big goal and the kitchen sink. And SPG, all it takes is a few shots from the Vandal to crush the hopes of Boom there. Spamming through the smoke in the afterplant. Disappointment, but they need to stay resilient here. They're keeping these rounds close. The adjustment on Haven has been a welcome one. Close in short A here, Famous pulling out the Bucky.
Very familiar with it. The recon though. Oh, it's a bit of a whiff, but he slides back in. Ivy now will be able to refrag. And then Demby on the side from A-Long. Into the site they go. And Demby always looking to go even further. Margaret able to hold on to the back lines as well. Berserks, he's got quite the challenge ahead of him. A bit of a jump spot. He has seen all. Demby now alongside Francis in with the same crossfire that we've seen before. Boom. Trying so hard to get a little bit more space, but the angles, they do not favor them. The guns as well. Shiro in with a bit of a wide swing. Francis, a couple of bursts. Just trying to keep SPG inside of the site. If anything, Berserk's now, all he's got to do is to hold on to his rifle, but look at SPG! Too many swings!
Huge swing from Ivy. SPG up 5-3. 5 in a row after Boom takes the bonus, and that's a statement quack. That is not something that's going to be easy to recover from. This is where you're getting the switch up from Boom. Famous with the overdrive in the back pocket has got the operator online. This is where you're keeping an eye on the Sova, you two. You're keeping an eye on the breach. How well do they limit the opportunities of Famous to get on an info line, to get an early pick? They're going to go for the B play.
Ooh, the shot's fired off. It doesn't quite connect. Demby, what? Just as the stocking string comes up. And off to the sides.
They cancel again. SPG, the patience is perfect from them. If they commit into B there, there's already 3 players ready to shut them down. Every single time, this protocol of patience from SPG has been their greatest strength. Slowing things down. Back towards the C side of the map. Margaret left on the lurk. The aggressive straight through garage here. Shiro walking hand in hand with Zesty. Margaret caught jumping through windows. That's an in back into the round for Boom.
Possible. They are right around C. The paranoia sent out as well.
They don't like the way this feels. But with 50 seconds on the clock, kill trips on the A site. This is where Berserk could come up huge yet again for Boom. He's got a Viper wall to play with. Where are they going? C-Long cleared. That's a lot of info for Boom. They can rotate accordingly if they want, but the spike's going back to C.
What is happening? SPG with the mid-round adaptations now. Rotations pulled all over the map. Still though, it's gonna be Zesby who spots it out in full. Able to cut Zambi down, up around his legs. It's all down to NC Slasher on the site. Rotations being pulled over as well. The calls are good. He spots them. The shot's not connecting. Ivy with the wide swing. Shiro in for the trade. It's all onto Francis for SPG, and he's running out of time. Comes in for the stick. Berserk's off to garage. And Shiro up for spawn as well. Oh no, he pulls out the wrong weapon. And he tries to fall back. Berserk, he's been spotted. Francis, how does he do it?
How does a different rookie step up every time for SPG when needed? We've said every single one of their names this tournament. Ivy goes huge on Lotus, and Francis on the breach wins every post plan for SPG. How is it possible that every single one of them will deliver on the stage?
This is just ridiculous, and I think he's gotten his Rolling Thunder again!
Yeah, it's only a half buy for Boom though. They've got nothing after the bonus. They're going to press down mid, pushing NC Slasher off of the line, but this is where SPG will take their time. Margaret, will he get caught off? He won't. Sliding in is Famous for the trade, but Persia's too quick with it.
Berserk's now in with the Sheriff too. NC Slasher inside of the dark cover. They don't quite expect it. The relay bolt though, it just stuns up so much. Boom! They've been stun locked time and time again!
Persia on the off angle.
Berserk's now on from behind. Does he know? Does Persia know? At the very least, just trying to hold on to the position. Berserk's, he's got to check the corner. The barrel is so careful, so dangerous. Just off the swing, able to connect, able to convert, but down to 5 HP. Danby sees him, and he's got a phantom as well. A single spray could be it. Shock dart, everything online for Ivy. Berserks, this is a nigh impossible task, but he's gonna try anyway. Danby just doesn't let up.
7 in a row for SPG. Again, putting a massive streak of rounds together on the attacking side of Haven. They dominated Full Sense on this map. Another favorite to take out Ascension Pacific. And Boom have had the best start possible to Haven on defense, and they are still getting rolled.
This is 7 rounds in a row. It might be a full buy from Boom, but still the ultimate's looking so good for SPG.
A-main control, again, keeping an eye on the Trailblazer timing. Stun goes through onto Sewer. Margaret on the lurk, this time a change-up. Trailblazer goes through short A, looking in a different direction. Dealt with by SPG though. They're gonna forfeit a little bit more of a hold on A. Danby sticking around, Drone gonna clear out short A, probably. Re-clear on mid from the flashpoint. Cam sees nothing. This is where Boom are waiting to aggress on short A. Oh, shot from Zespi.
A sudden tap out. Guiding Light just to hold them off too.
Beautiful opener. Guiding Light confirms the position. Spotting through the wall. NC Slasher makes it across. He hasn't been seen. The Rolling Thunder's knocked him up.
Oh, that's such a great execute onto the side. Danby, he's looking for it. He's gotten the double. And he swings back into the side. Famous! Here he is! Oh, a front line though. And then Persia. Shiro, he's the only one left. Caught down. Margaret, the flank wash. How can Shiro possibly make his way into the site, the aftershock, just to flush him out of position? The barrel's been spotted! Shiro tries to crouch, but Persia, the prince, he is here!
And Danby not losing his head there was everything. There is a world where NC Slasher goes unchecked on short and comes up huge for Boom there, but that's where SPG, you can call them aggressive. You can call them, you know, some young rookies who might lose their head, but they've still got that Korean style. They are detail oriented. They will check everything on their way into the site. Slow round to start. This is a change up again for Boom. Nothing's been working for them. We see them change things up with the Trailblazer pathing. This time a 2-man crossfire over C-Long. Trailblazer will once again go and clear short A, but this time Platinum sees nothing. And that's not something that they've seen before. They are getting curious. Dark cover goes to the backside of A lobby. Big rotation for Famous and NC Slasher, and they're running into the crossfire.
Prime position for Shiro though. He's gonna have to land some shots. Able to get down Francis. Berserk with the support. The spike is down. It might be a shock dart kill from Ivy, but still, how do they rotate around this?
They got to get the spike. They cannot let them get the spike. Boom cannot let them get the spike. Persia can get it with the ulti though. Ivy trying to hold on to C-Log. He's missed it. No, he's got it. He's got it. He's going to plan open. 2 on 3. And damn, Famous rather, lurking in through A-Log could make the difference here for Boom.
In the right spot. Needs to find the right time though. Seekers from NC Slasher will reveal. It's going to be Margaret. Calls out. Tries to rotate back around to a better spot. Persia. Oh, what is that? A sudden strafe. That's going to be lights out for Famous. Down to NC Slasher. Needs to check the corner. Berserk's trying to wrap back up or on top of Heaven. The barrel once again giving it away. No! Boom! They try everything, but to no avail. And Sinprisa. They will end out this first half 9-3.
9 in a row after the bonus. Unbelievable dominance. I mean, let's be honest, who's surprised? They won 13 in a row versus Full Sense. And they're doing it again, mate. Jesus Christ, who can stop SPG? Because the way that it's going, I hope that it's someone in the Pacific League.
You would have to think so. Boom. They need this crowd behind them. just to bring a map to overtime, just to potentially push us into a 5th map.
But how many times can Boom come back? They have been forced to over and over again this tournament. They've conceded huge scoreline deficits and come back in a fair few of them. But in a grand final, a test of metal, a marathon attempt at a reverse sweep, it almost never happens, Quack. This should be SPG's game every day of the week.
Not unless you believe. Not unless you believe in the magical story that could happen right here in this Britama Arena. The whole crowd, the whole of Indonesia, their hearts beat as one.
Boom now. They gotta show us what they've got prepped with this new comp on attack. Gonna have to see some nice plays popping through the wall. Probably a fair bit of B play. You're keeping an eye on the Viper lurk. The potential of the Viper wall to deny info on the A side of the map is going to be critical. And it's going to be something that SPG, they have to adjust their approach on the fly to deal with that on defense. See how well they're able to do it. All of them are performing in the server right now. You've got a quiet 1 or 2 individuals for Boom that will need to be present for this comeback, because everyone SPG's delivering. Not only are you seeing different individuals having clutch moments and huge maps, but in the server, they are here together to win this grand final.
All on the same page too now, investigating up around A lobby.
That's what I said, bro. Like, they just instantly clear that Viper wall, but over on the other side of the map, Trailblazer goes forward. Cam is going to see that C has been taken for Boom, and this is where you need to see what SPG's retake plan is.
Trying to wrap back around, pushed out of A2. Berserks is in position.
They're looking for Margaret, but he's Berserks rather, but he's chilling in spawn. They're gonna go really digging deep in spawn, looking for him. He's got 2 out of it. 3 from Berserks.
Berserker barrage. He's gotten out his claws and he's scratching away at Sinprisa. NC Slasher cuts down another. It's the pistol round for Boom.
They went looking for him, but they did not like what they found in spawn there, Quack.
The arena lights up.
This is exactly what happened last map. They went down 9-3 and they won the pistol, and they went on to drag it across the line. It took absolutely everything out of them, and I cannot believe that Boom still has more left in the tank.
They're gonna keep going. They've got that experience. Sinprisa though, look at this pistol. All the way, pushed up A. Shiro, he's gonna have to do it all. Eyes on the prize, onto the dark cover. Berserk's here with the support. Famous chimes in. Oh, the spray is good!
Clean edge eco for Boom. Keeping their economy going, keeping the guns up. A dangerous looking bonus here. You can put a sheriff in the hands of Shiro. Not a big deal. Still a winnable situation as SPG moves onto their defensive gun round. What's their approach going to be against this new Viper comp? What have they prepared on the fly? This is what happens sometimes in Valorant, Quack. You load into the agent select screen and you have to be creative. You have to be ready for these fast plays from Famous. But
NC Slasher though does not let it happen. Now Famous, they've got to watch out for both extremities to slide in, and he denies it outright. Ivy, what are you gonna do? Into backside he goes. He's got a lot of utility, but still, the spike gets planted on C. Famous! Not gonna let Sinprisa take an inch, not gonna let Sinprisa take a mile. Boom! Converts another round.
that's what I was saying in the halftime. I didn't say his name, but he has not turned up on defense. Famous is firing up on attack right now. A multi-frag in the first gun round there. Boom, win the bonus. That's 2 bonus wins from them. This time they cannot let SPG back into this game. Against the half by last time, there's already action right off the bat. Zespu finds the opening pick onto Francis. Fighting over on Windows side, but look at SPG collapsing on this B side. That's where the neural theft reveals all of their positions, and Boom are gonna avoid a major slip up here and reposition back to A.
Even plays a little bit of utility just to confirm as well. Quick rotations into the A side, but Ivy, what a shot!
He's still fighting.
Gets hit by the Trailblazer though, but still alive. Blinded and has to fall back, but here comes NC Slasher. Oh, Dabby with the relay bolt. He pushes out Boom. What a headshot! Guiding light out, and NC Slasher re-aggresses. That's a great kill. Boom, they need to fight their way back into the site. Persia, Margaret, they're not looking to let it happen. But where have Boom gone? They cut the noise, the crowd, they're starting to cheer on them. Here it is! Margaret, 5 HP, a whisper, and he falls, groundling to the ground.
Boom will not make the same mistake as in the first half. That's where they show their experience, Quack. They cut noise, they wait for Persia to over-aggress, and the crowd is fired up now.
Just listen.
Nothing like it. Nothing like a home crowd, I can tell you that as an Aussie. Boom taking mid control. Shiro revealed. Op comes out for Danby. He's on that deep C line. Two players ready to punish this B side hit for Boom. Persia and Francis can come up huge with the counter util.
The B hit has been good so far. But look at how Sunpriest have repositioned around this. They are just setting up for those paranoias, for those utilities. Francis in with the first shot. And Berserk's trying to play around his cages as well. For the recon, it has to push him off. Oh, but the positioning is good. The movement so sharp, so clean. Danby in with the operator. Swaps onto a Vandal, and he's looking to slide into it. Zesby, Berserks, they've got the positioning. They've got the crossfire. It's another round for Boom Esports.
All it takes is a few seconds, and that's the difference between Persia ready with the paranoia, Francis ready with the fault line to stop the B hit coming in. Half a second on the reposition is enough for Boom to get into the site. The crowd is willing them forward. This would be a historical comeback in a grand final, and Sinprisa, the crowd knows that they are rattled.
Oh, and Danby slinking. They were dialed in so much before, but just for a second, slunk into his chair. Now thinking, look at this crowd. The red and the blue, both sides all cheering on for one team and one team only. Can you ascend? Can you play against insurmountable odds?
There's our hype man. That's what he does best. Beautiful work, Mitch Concannon. You keep it up, you bloody legend. 9-8. SPG needs a change up, but they just tried that, Quack. They just tried to whip out the operator and post it down C. And Boom, one step ahead, hits them with the fast B play. They've had a beautiful start here. Can't slip up against the half by yet again here though.
Sinprisa, you've got to admire what they are trying to pull off. They were able to read that hit from before as well, but now the timeout. Let's see what they've got.
Overdrive from Danby. Boom playing this one passive though. Not in a rush to be going anywhere too fast. They may have run into this A lobby control from SPG, and that would have been a mistake. Cam sees nothing in middle. Boom sense that something's up here. The dark cover and the dark clearing out lobby, giving them a lot of information. But Boom, they're going to potentially go back into this one with the Trailblazer.
Oh.
That's going to inform their decision making. What will it see? Gets cleared by Danby straight through the wall. They only see one player there, but they are sensing that something's up. Seekers go out, all of them towards A, and Boom is straight on the path to C.
And here we go. Famous clears out the site. Dark cover surrounding in full. Margaret might be in garage, but
SPG are organizing their retake. Drone goes through. Overdrive's going to come out for Danby. Huge reach, usual back into the site.
Viper's pit up on C though. And that's going to be tough for Simprisa to retake against. Relay bolt out. Famous, he's good for it. Denies them down. He gets a second too. And C-Slasher is here. So much support. And everything lights up online for Boom.
They dive back into the pit. You can't overextend against Ivy here. He's been clutched time and time again. And Boom are playing discipline. Boom are playing the clock.
Ivy wants to try to outdo it, but he can't. Tying up the score.
Shiro puts him down. Ivy was clutching the pit on Lotus, but outside of the pit on a different agent. Not too effective there. Boom equalizes 9 apiece. Huge ults coming up for Simprisa. They just haven't had the right read in any of these rounds, Quack, but all it's going to take is for them to be in the right position at the right time to pick up a round. But that's where Boom has time to recover here, guys. Look at their money. They've got so much cash on attack.
The raid boss is starting to reel.
At front B, they're not dissuaded from just kicking off this seaside execute. They call SPG's bluff.
Just going in so quick as well. Margaret instantly has to rotate off.
He's been pushed out of the site. NC Slasher trying to keep tabs on that garage window. SPG scrambling back into position here. Keep an eye on NC Slasher in the mid-round.
In a great position to try to catch some of them off. The camera out as well, but instant shot into Persia. Dome on. Dabby tries to head on in, but denied by Zesby. Francis and Margaret on a garage all of a sudden. And it's all down to Berserks. What a shot. Needs to do even more. NC Slasher still up around garage. Possible line of sight. And he pulls the attention away. However, Ivy in with a shot, looking to bring SPG back.
He hasn't got it half.
Just trying to play off of the timing. Down to 8 HP, he needs to hold steady.
There's no time.
He's done it. Boom, they've managed to take the lead.
Berserk's holding his nerve there. Francis could have got that to half, but he's fumbled the bag. 10-9 for Boom. 7 rounds in a row. Just what SPG did to them is being turned back the other way right in the next half.
You can't let up now. You've got to keep on going.
And SPG's just been too stubborn, man. It's just been the A lobby control every time. No change ups, no different setup. This time on the half buy, they're trying to do something different. They've got a Rolling Thunder. They're anticipating the C hit, but Boom is just chilling in spawn, gathering that info, and without seeing the dart on the A side of the map, and with the Trailblazer seeing nothing in A lobby, they are reading this round beautifully. NC Slasher on that init roll. He's so flexible with his agent pool. It's something he played for Boom last year at Ascension.
Oh,
He's having a lot of impact. Berserk's under pressure now. Falling back into spawn. The rest of Boom have mobilized for this window peak.
at the very least, though, it's information for Boom. They're trying to fight back, and the sprays will do famous wonders. Persia now in with the share, tries to fire some pot shots in from garage. Dabby in with the Bucky too. He makes himself known. Boom, thinking about options.
NC Slasher patching them up.
Oh,
Reaggression from Persia.
Berserks, they know they're in garage. A sudden peek out from SPG, and they're looking to go on the offensive, but Famous denies them. Collects on the kills.
He was 4 and 10 going into the half, Quack. It's multi-frag after multi-frag for Famous, stepping up for Boom. All of them standing strong, bringing this map all the way back to force us to a 5th.
1 round to match points. The crowd knows it. The players know it. Another timeout from Simprisa. Oh.
That's what Boom think of that. And if you wanted a moment of reprieve, a moment to catch your breath, think of a plan B, think of a different option because nothing's been working for you. That's where the sixth man of Boom here in the Britama Arena will keep applying the press.
Desperate to find a way back into the game. These are the moments where you have to think, why did you start playing Valorant in the first place? Why did you bother? One more round.
Try to reach the top. That's what Ascension's all about. Sin Prisa, though, for the first time in this tournament, are showing a little bit of inexperience. The rookies are cracking under the pressure, and the veterans are bringing it all the way back, keeping themselves cool on attack, informing their decision-making every time. What will Simprisa come up with? They're out of timeouts. No more input from Coach Silkenon. He's been with the core of this roster for 18, 19 months. He knows these players well. He's got to come up with some words for wisdom. Instant fight over the front side of B here, and it's going the way of SPG. Beautiful call off the back of the timeout. Zesby's TP'd into spawn. Ivy's on long A, and Boomer trying to get the spike down.
Zesby, he has to come up huge. From the shadows, well aware for SPG. Danby trying to jump spot it, trying to bait out some peaks. Zesby, he stays tucked away. Trigger discipline on it, but shut down by Francis. What? Danby, he's gotten into side and he's done it all. SPG off of the timeout, come in with a win.
They've been trying to find the right approach for this whole half, and off the back of the timeout, they've come up with the goods. But it's going to take more than that. One good read is not enough to stop this streak of rounds from Boom. You're going to need some more consistency. The fact that that round is so clean is huge for SPG, though. Make no mistake.
Clear mental reset.
Absolutely. And you got to talk about the economy. This is not done yet. They have money to fight for every single round in this half, and so does Boom. This is gun rounds on gun rounds to decide who's going to win Haven here. Cam into grass, change up from SPG. Aggression down C long, but it's just a walking approach. Danby jump spotting. Boom once again. Turtled in spawn. They don't see a dark cover on backside of A long. This time they saw it on window. And this is beautiful from SPG. They see nothing on C long. They expect Boom to re-clear mid off the back of the dark cover, and that's where they start to walk into mid. Shiro keeping tabs on the... He spotted the breach on the cross. What will Boom do?
Gotta keep your eyes on the mini-map as well. Berserk's in with the camera. Shiro, good for the frag. Onto Danby of all people.
They know where Francis is. They're gonna go clear him.
They're looking for it. There it is! Zesby gets one onto Persia on the C site as well. And here comes the spike plant.
Ivy and Margaret completely out of position. One-dimensional retake to come back through spawn side. Boom are playing it safe for C long.
They give them nothing, but take from them everything. Sinprisa, desperate to go in for the spike defuse. They tap onto it. They try to stick into it.
Gotta get him off. Ooh.
There's the sub from Famous! Boom! Tick, tick, boom! They've reached match point!
One round away from pulling it all the way back, and we go the distance. Everyone in the arena on their feet right now. Shiro coming up huge again from Boom. Patience in window. Perfect call over to C. Multiple chances to slip up in that round. Spam on B on towards mid window. Little bit of damage on Berserks, but he's still alive. NC Slash is going to patch him up. Boom. Biding their time. Re-clearing window. Danby's in the back of the B site. Progression orb, limiting his vision, limiting his information, trying to spam through it desperately.
Nothing found yet. Hero just wants to plant himself here.
There's the garage take. Boom applying pressure, trying to pull the rotations over towards C side. haven't been seen by the cam yet. It's above them. They haven't checked the cam. In comes the fault line. It's a trap. Margaret dives forward, but Famous is better.
Great reaction from Boom, and this could be it. On towards Persia now, and he's been spotted. Manages to spray down on towards Famous. He gets yet another, but Cespi in for the wallbang, all down to Ivy. He's got so much utility, but can you do it? No! Here comes the Boom!
How do they bring it all the way back? Unbelievable. Down 3-9 at the half, facing elimination, and they do it twice in the Britama Arena.
9-3 comeback, up for 9-3 comeback. Boom! They are tenacious. They are relentless.
They are experienced. That's what Boom is. They know what it's like to lose at Ascension last year, and they know what it takes to be able to bring it all the way back. Absolutely beautiful game of Haven. The comp switch up both times on Lotus. Berserk's going over onto the Cypher. They are forcing SPG to adapt on the fly, and they have not passed the test.
And that is just so incredible. Taking a look at some of the scores as well. Famous, he outdid Danby on the map. 20 kills
How
up
do you
against
do it?
Danby.
How do you do that, bro? The whole storyline this tournament has been Famous can't play Neon.
Quick
His
debut.
Asian pool's been too inflexible. He's been playing Jet, he's been playing Raze. How about Neon diffing Danby in the grand final?
Just showing it off. He's got the flex. He is him. And we just want to see more, but still, it's gonna be SPG's map pick next. They've left that open intentionally.
Yep.
Can Boom really face up against them?
I mean,
There's so much here.
It's going to be great. You know, for me, Boom cutting their teeth on Alter Ego, who've got a fantastic Raze player, don't mind playing the bind over on the side of SPG. It's a map that they've been known for. They love that double senti. They innovated a style that a lot of teams mimicked on that map, and they get to lean on that as the last bastion to try to save this comeback against Boom.
It's either that or the reverse sweep, but you know what? I wonder how hyped up our desk is. This arena certainly is. So Vic, Ewok, Dax, how are you feeling?
How are we feeling, Quack? I know you guys have been casting out of your minds, but we've also been losing our voices out in the crowd because it is wild. This has been an absolute roller coaster of emotions. This tournament, this grand finals, I don't think we could ask for a better grand finals at this moment. There's one more map. We don't even know which way it's going to go, but Boom is in their full power right now, Dax.
Look, guys,
Reverse sweep.
no one believed it would go this far except the people here in this arena. And lo and behold, their fate is rewarded as we are going to go into map number 5. But the casters mentioned something. It's finally time for Famous to bring out the Neon, and boy, did he do impeccable work with it there.
Yeah, we've been waiting for it. It was Son did say, right? I did say this. If Boom don't pick up the Neon, they're not gonna win.
That's right.
And they just did.
Yes, you absolutely call that. In fact, we were talking in the green room to reveal to you guys of this conversation. Honestly, even the casters sound a little bit surprised this comeback. We all thought this was going to end, and everyone's pretty happy that Boom won one map because SPG's been looking so strong. But as you were remarking, Ewok, you were really impressed with Boom's effort to switch things up, even though, you know, it's on the nth hour. They're probably up really late, figuring things out.
Yeah, I just really love that Boom's throwing in that curveball to SPG because we know SPG likes doing their homework. But how do you do your homework if you just saw it right before the map starts?
Yeah, there's no tape. There's barely any tape for Boom on this map. I do want to point out two things. 8 rounds in a row coming into the attack for Boom Esports. And with those 14 first kills, 6 of those were actually kills onto Danby. This swap from Berserk from going into from Killjoy to Cypher has been essential for Boom to really stop the Korean Neon in his tracks.
Is that part of the strat, you think? Because I've seen this happen before. Find Danby, kill Danby, we win.
And then we take the Neon. And Diff Danby.
Yes.
And that's exactly what we saw here, right?
What do you expect this combination of Neon picture plus Famous picture to win this?
There's only room for one Neon on Haven, and Famous made sure that was the case. What an absolute comeback. This is incredible, guys. Now, we got our Martabak here.
Yep.
We're gonna go on a quick break. We're gonna munch on this because we need some of that sugar to carry us through the 5th map because it's gonna be very emotional, guys. This is VCT Ascension. Don't go away. We're gonna go on a quick break. When we come back, it's the last and final map of this event. It has been an incredible grand finals of this Valorant Champions Tour Ascension Pacific. It's been a long but incredible day. I'm Chubby Ninja, Ewok, and Dax. We've been together witnessing history go down this event. It has been so wild in the Indonesian audience. This live event happening here, we thought it was going to be over in Indonesia after Challengers, but this event happened here, and boom, coming this close to get into VCT Pacific, the Global League, is something really special. But SPG has also gone completely undefeated, has dropped 0 maps until now. Until what you're seeing on the screen, the last 2 maps is the very first time SPG has dropped any maps. They have been flawless up to this point, and their bind is the last and final map, and their bind is phenomenal.
Yes, it's the last bastion of hope here for Simprisa Gaming, as this is where they have shown innovation ever since VCT Korea. This is where, honestly, some Tier 1 teams have emulated their composition. This is the Deadlock Cypher that they know and love, and you already know the lineups are going to be on point. You know the coordination is on point, but Boom is having their number. And look, me and Vic especially, we go down to the stage area, we feel the energy of the crowd, and you know it's willing Boom to victory too.
Yeah, we talked about if we're going to see a different Boom. SPG said, same old, we'll just do it again.
Yep.
Right? They said we'll 2-0, or they did 2-0, they said we're going to win. They did 2-0 here,
Yep.
but they forgot it's BO5.
Yes.
They got the 2, and then they had the match point as well, right?
Yeah.
Let's not forget that. Right?
What?
SPG had the match and the whole series point, right? But Boom made the comeback, so I don't think it's over for SPG. They've been there already. I do think they could do it again.
I think you're onto something there. In fact, one thing, we're talking about the difference between rookies and experienced players, and that rookies sometimes have that innocence about them. But what rookies also don't have is a lot of best of 5 of experience. And we've seen that happen throughout this year. We've seen it last year too, where a lot of teams couldn't quite do the 5 mapper, not to name names, but you guys know who I'm talking about. But this is it, Dax.
Yeah, I mean, you said it perfectly. It's innocence, but it's also in a way ignorance. They've never really had this kind of situation put in front of them as much as Boom Esports, and Boom Esports has tasted that bitter taste of defeat. We know what placing they ended up in last year's Ascension. We know the struggles Boom has had throughout the years, and right now they're the ones with the right mentality, right? Because we're seeing them bring out first-time agents for certain players. We're seeing these small adjustments in composition to the usual Boom style, and they're the ones getting more of the adjustment going compared to SPG, who yes have a very strong game plan, but it's getting solved by Boom.
Yeah, it is. And Vic, we talked about this backstage as well. We love that Boom are putting it all out there and taking these risks. Dax, do you think we're going to see a risk again on Bind? Do they stick with the same old, same old?
This is where it's getting interesting, right? Because the last time Boom did play on Bind was Disguise, and the first half was all good. It was 10-2, and just like, DSG's going home. But then DSG mounted an incredible comeback and had to win in overtime. And they were very strong with the double controller as well. There's still a concern, though, that if you got Dambi getting in there, he's going to get that space. We've seen for the side of SPG that even though they have so much utility in so many lineups, when Dambi causes chaos, it becomes just an utter trade system, and usually that's where SPG comes ahead.
Yeah, I would expect them to still stay with the Cypher, right? The Cypher is the huge counter that we have against Dambi's Neon. Let's see. So, okay, we still see on Boom's side that default comp that comes through, and on some Simprisa Dax, you have something to say there?
So no more fade here for Simprisa. They're gonna go for Francis on the sky instead, and this has been a composition that we've seen from Simprisa back in VCT Korea. It was what they used with both the Astra and the Brimstone variation. It seems like for Francis, though, he also wants to get in there now, be more of a fighting role, and especially we know how strong Sky can be on a map like mine.
Yeah, we were surprised how many rounds SPG was winning with the Neon with no flashes in their comp. Now they have flashes. They've been doing well on the attack side of Bind. Dax, do you think they're going to do even better than that?
Well, they're starting on the defense, though. That's the interesting part.
That's true.
Boom Esports will be the ones who have to start from the side. They really struggle against the SG. But my eyes are now on Famous. He's really stepping up to the plate. And can he complete the story here for Boom Esports or the Simprisa? Join yet again more of those Korean teams in the Pacific League.
I can't believe we made it this far. We are this close. Both of those teams can smell victory. Either one of these teams could be crowned champions. And this is their last and final shot to join us in this VCT Ascension and to bring us to this last map. It's Quack and Pilski.
Are you ready? Everything up to this very moment, back to old compositions. You've got to think about it. Now they've wanted to be here. JFT, they've wanted to be here. It's up to Boom and SPG. Who's going to lift up that trophy and ascend to greatness?
Get to find out if we're going to witness one of the best historical comebacks we've seen here at Ascension Pacific in Jakarta, or whether SPG is going to go home to Korea with nothing, or go home to play the best teams in the world and hit that next level. The best teams in Pacific. Aggression on B Long here.
Whoa.
NC Slasher gonna get caught unawares. Famous hand in hand with him. Francis hits the first shot and doubling up. They've been caught completely off guard.
Zespi tries to re-aggress. He's looking for it, but the relay ball hangs him off. And that's not going to be good. It's all down to Berserks. A flawless round to kick things off onto a bind.
SPG front running again. Defensive side of Bind. Running in with the double controller. The Cypher Deadlock has been a comp that they have developed and played for a long time now. This should be the ultimate comfort zone for them to recover after losing the last two maps. Boom. Eco round for them. Got to reserve your expectations. We'll see if they can get any damage done here. But they need to keep the momentum going from the last two maps. Cannot let SPG get back in here.
Bind is one of those maps that SPG is so famous for. Their composition, the double sentinel, and the setups that they've got. But now, feeling the heat from Boom! The paint shells, the classics, they connect! Francis went the off angle, but ultimately overrun!
They're gonna eco them. Berserks on the off angle. Inside Cubby, dashes back, straight behind the Sky Smokes. Boom playing it safe.
Craftnet as well. Boom, they've completely fallen off, and it's going to be the paint shells refresh from Famous as well, just trying to play for that spike. Where has SB gone? Cyber Cage comes up, a bit of a tap, and boom, they stay hidden. Strike while the iron is hot. Margaret, he needs to go on the offensive. Good little frag, but Famous up with the classic kill and instant thrifty.
I can tell you from personal experience how it feels in a qualifying match to lose the eco round after winning the pistol. It happened to me when I tried to qualify for Ascension. It is crushing for the momentum, and it's going to be even worse on a stage like this. That is an unbelievable round for SPG, a team that's been rock solid all tournament long to slip up.
They can't let it affect them now. Couple of sheriffs, info lines being taken off. Boom, ferocious.
Taking their time, working the map. This is what works for them so beautifully over on Haven. NC Slasher again back on the sky roll, able to inform the decision making of this team. Trailblazer going to go forward and re-clear mid, but this is a cheeky little trap play from SPG. Net and the camera in place for SPG. What will they get from this?
Looking to at least get a couple of players crouched down, but they need the shots. Margaret has to be ready. It's not going to happen because Berserks is here. Boom! They managed to slip into the site. Danby trying to cut them off. It's a teleporter play.
They're gone.
Francis now. He's online and ready. Danby in for the chase, but ultimately pushed off. Francis, good little headshot, but still the spike on the ground. Boom! It's too simple for them. All they've got to do is to aim and click and shoot.
The decision making is so snappy for Boom, hitting the TPs on Bind right when they need to, and Persia's got nothing. Boom, recover from losing the pistol, keep 4 guns up, and build themselves an economy to win this grand final.
Finish it, says the crowd. Sin Prisa. So good up to this point. They haven't quite been tested, but here it is.
Crowd is on their feet. SPG going into their first gun round. Seeker's active. It's a beautiful retake tool to have access to in an important round like this. Guiding light going forward. Andy's waiting. He wants to get in there with the relay bolt, but Boom is ready. The jump spot. Keeping tabs on what's happening. Berserks is active on the other side of the map, denying info with the cage, clearing the deadlock trip. Shiro keeping an eye over on Long B.
There's a little sonic sensor though.
Yep, but dealt with. He was ready for it. He heard it. Clears that. Throws forward the cam. Francis has been tagged up. Danby swinging out onto the bathrooms line, spotting that Boom is still waiting outside A. This is such a tense standoff. This is such a tense round. Berserks having a little bit of a look inside the smoke, inside of the hookah window. Boom making their way back to B. The guiding light sees nothing, but still you get the rotation from Margaret, but he's not sure. He's sticking around in spawn side. There's only 2 players here. They've got to play retake. Persia doesn't get caught on the cross. Back to repeak. He repeaks into that.
Great little shot from Berserks, and the Seekers forced out. A little bit of a rotational play, but ultimately shut down as well. Ivy through the teleport has been heard. Danby in with Margaret.
They've got nothing. Danby's in another country. Margaret gonna go join up with him. They can drown their sorrows together. Going back into the bathrooms, but this game has been anything but clean from SPG.
All 5 at the ready. This might be a round already won, but the crowd, they want blood.
Are they gonna hunt them down? Is the crowd gonna beckon Boom forward to feed their appetite here and find these last 2 rifles? Danby passing the test, making sure he can have a Phantom into the next round. Is he ready for Zeshby on Heaven side? Is he ready for NC Slasher in between a rock and a hard place? He needs to hold on to this rifle, and he's done it. Boom up 3-1. 4 guns alive again. They will never run out of money. They've got a showstopper into this next gun round. And SPG, the cracks are beginning to show. Mistakes are being made right and left.
Boom. They are hungry. They have been hungry, Pilly, ever since 2022. Making it through APAC LCQ in towards champions, where unfortunate incidents might have happened. On towards 2023.
The timeout comes in. The crowd booing Sin Preacher Gaming for trying to take a breath. They're continuing. The pressure is unrelenting here in the Britama Arena.
On towards 2023, Boom. Being in this spot before, knocked out by Bleed, who are currently in Pacific.
Hey, to get knocked out by the best, there's no shame in that.
But the point is the fact that they might be able to pull this off. They are forcing the timeouts from Sinprisa.
The complete opposite narrative to last year, though. They were up 9-3 in the second map against Bleed. They should have got that one over the line, and they let it slip through their fingers. This time, they were on the verge of getting knocked out. They go down 3-9 themselves.
They are rewriting the pages, Pilly. The question is, can Sinprisa do that as well?
It's been a terrible start to this game of Bind. If this was an online game of Valorant, guys, I would tell you that this game's already over. That Boom's gonna go up 9-3 or something like that, 10-2. They're never gonna run out of money. They keep getting their old timings. But Sinprisa have got to conjure something.
Straight off the rip. Only pushing all the way up B, but it's been smoked off.
The B-long setup, only a half buy. The reactive showstopper could just break that all apart if Boom needs to, but they're going to be patient again, walking into bathrooms. Berserks. The neural theft reveals all of the positions for SPG, and that A site is open for business.
Margaret, though, he's still here, and he's trying to keep things down. Tries to reposition up around lamps, but has to work with so many targets. NC Slasher off to the kill. Berserks off to the races. Persia and Francis, it's only Sheriffs.
I mean, yeah, they can't get back in. They're locked out. Deep Sky Smokes on Heaven, on spawn side. What can they even do here? The crowd, they just keep willing them forward. They say to finish it, and that's what Berserk does. 4-1 for Boomquack. Seekers and a showstopper. These kind of rounds play themselves. SPG's got an orbital. And they have looked broken on this game of Bind. Unless you compete It's hard sometimes to understand the impact of getting eco'd second round in a big game. But try to understand, guys, that SPG can feel this game slipping through their fingers. It's a lot of pressure. It's a huge test of character. Boom take B long control. Progression smoke forward. They're keeping tabs on the middle of the map. Berserk's over on A. He's got a deep trip to contest with. If he can deal with that, that will pull the rotation back across A, perhaps.
Shooting it down now, but still, Boom all the way up front in towards Garden. It's famous in with the showstopper. Bit of an incendiary, but here comes Damby. The judge, it fires off. Good little kill, but still, it's going to be Boom quick on the TP into the A site.
They've
Rotations
over-rotated.
online through to heaven as well. And still now here comes Shiro off to the races into the site. They get the spike down. Margaret trying to find the lines, but it's not going to happen. Francis, good for a little bit of trade. On to the next, it's going to be Dasby on towards Showers. Berserk's in the site. You've got Shiro up around Labs to hold down the line as well, but Danby, he's got plans of his own. Straight into Showers, he pumps the overdrive! Oh! Shiro, he needs to fight back, but it's too darn slippery. The tracking near impossible. Ivy pulls back around for SPG.
And that's what Danby does best. He had a gun to work with in that round, Quack. He said, I need to pop this ult. I need to be the hero here for Sinprisa Gaming. It was a round that didn't start well. Persia under too much pressure from the Seekers and the Showstopper to be able to get his orbital strike off in reaction to the B site hit. Boom hits the TP, and Sinprisa, despite being out of position, despite being run around the map, they scramble their way back into a retake and win the round.
Still though, in those player cams, looking in their eyes, a little bit of signs of uncertainty. The operator shot, it whiffs. Persia, Francis able to fire back, but Zero! The spray downs! Just in with the garden hose. They are not completely dry. Onto the next side. Somehow spotted.
Where to from here when everything's happened in a matter of seconds and the round slows down? Boomer can do what you'd expect experienced players to do. Play it by the numbers. Group up, re-clear the map control where you've just taken duels, where you know that Sinprisa with 3 players on A, stacked towards bathrooms, will be killed, but you can use the neural theft to get the perfect read on this round.
And there it is. Gravnat will be thrown down, and that's the gauntlet too. Boom. They're looking for the frag. If they can take down Margaret, if they can take down Ivy, that's gonna be the round, but still, so slippery in and out of the smokes. Ivy stays alive. SB, unfortunately taken out. Heads on duel, and that's gonna be SPG looking for their way back into the game.
One off the annihilation. Neural theft's there for Margaret.
And here it comes from behind. Zero has no idea, but he's managed to stay
He's in the
alive
TP.
through the teleport. Needs to make a quick run for it through market. It's going to be Berserk now. Has to hold down the line. Ivy in for the tap. Baits out the peak. Orbital strike goes off. And now Ivy, what's he gonna do? Incendiary as well. That spike is dead near.
There's
Definitely
no time. It's
going
all
off.
over. Unbelievable. You thought he was out of the round. He hits the TP by accident. But with the orbital, exactly like we saw in the game against DSG, in an A-side afterplant, Shiro comes through with the goods. The spray down in bathrooms, the orbital, yep, down to the last bullet. This game is ridiculous, Quack.
Cheer as much as you want. The crowd loves good Valorant. SPG definitely trying to give it to us as well. Ultimates are online, but it's all Sheriffs.
Back to slow pacing for Boom. Waiting for mistakes from Sinprisa. Waiting for them to over-aggress and lose their nerve, but Sinprisa is giving them nothing. Famous will throw out the Boombot towards Hookah. Clear out the middle of the map. Guiding Light, clearing out Long. You've got a Sonic Sensor and a Relay Bolt, Sky Smoke Trap on B Long. Trailblazer going through the middle of the map. Up short A clears out all of that info. They see no one on the A side of the map. That's been hurt by Shiro, but still, they'll commit into the B site here. But that is troublesome, Quack. The Annihilation and the Orbital could be crushing for Boom here if used correctly. The net, the Relay Bolt.
They're set up for it. Do they have enough time and space to make it happen? The Trailblazer, it connects, and here comes Danby.
The Orbital.
No shots connected. Orbital, it might burn NC Slasher to a bit of a crisp, but boom, they managed to stay alive. Heading back off. Still an option for a teleporter play.
Yeah, what are they going to do? You can see Margaret scrambling in position. They're going to go through that into the sensor? There's 3 players here.
Thinking about it, still not quite committing.
25 seconds, they got to do something.
Not extensive dealt with, and there it is. Teleport straight into shower, surely. Is it going to connect, though?
Nope.
Not quite. Snakebite, there it is, but Francis looking
He's
to
on
stick
it.
it through. Incendiary, so it takes him off. And here come the shots. The shifts, they connect. Ivy, how is this possible? Famous. Oh, Famous! The crowd knows your name. Your country knows your name.
That's what it means to be famous.
Revel in the glory! Shout it out from the top of your lungs! What a play!
They almost got back in there with the Sheriffs again, Quack. And Boom just keeps coming up clutch time and time again. 6-2. A lot of ults invested in that round for SPG. The ult economy's been played dry. Francis is just trying making sure. They're desperate, SPG. He gets 2. Able to clear out that part of the map, push through the smoke. This is desperation plays from SPG, but it's kind of working.
Yeah, aggressive. Unlike we've ever
the
seen
deep.
before from the Korean squad. Boom! They're scrambling. Berserk's getting taken down now. Straight back into A short. The toxic screen plays. Danby is well aware. A little bit of a hop. Spotting out for information. His team is here. Slides back through. Little wall bang into Zespi, and he's dead. NC Slasher now, all up to him. Able to flick at least onto one, but still, SPG able to take swings back against Boom.
And SPG's had enough. You're seeing the desperation plays come out. Francis, he doesn't care that he's on the info in it. He's not playing supportive. He's dry peeking short A. 5 seconds into the round. We're back to ranked brain. We're back to sending it. Persia try pushing through a smoke on B long. They're cutting corners to try to come back. Posted up on B long. The firing squad that Famous wants absolutely nothing to do with. In goes the Trailblazer straight into U-Halls. SP making his way in there, chucking himself in nice and cozy. Famous spotting out the push from the Neon.
Oh,
See you later, boys.
Big information. Pack your bags up. We are straight into the A sites.
Danby keeps pushing though. Margaret alive in the back of the site. Is he ready for the lurk from the Viper? He's not.
Completely blinded. Full white. And in with the Seekers, SPG looking to retake. A little bit desperate with the pushes though. Boom,
Hit.
they've got the post plants. The Viper pit has come up. Completely surrounding most of the site. Berserks in with the showers control too. Danby slides on through. But here comes Shiro. Ivy trying to fight back, and they managed to eliminate the Viper, but still, Berserks is alive.
Annihilation.
Still not quite spotted. Annihilation might be online. But can he really pull it out? It takes a little bit of time. Famous, he knows it. It's all too clear. He comes in, he eliminates.
Patience for Famous. That is character development from a duelist player that might at times be said to overheat, to over-aggress. There's a lot of duelist players who have that kind of reputation, but that round was all the kind of class that it takes to win a grand final. Information gathering on B-Launch, spots out 3 players, says, I'm not gonna re-peek, I'm gonna go meet up with the boys, and I'm gonna close out the post plant. Beautiful stuff. Trailblazer up short again, and the rest of Boom is behind it this time.
All too aware. Spy camera though, in their way. Danby trying to go for the crunch TP, but in with the Bucky. He still connects, trying to slip past, but Zero is good for their trade. Now in towards Berserks, taking down Showers, and in comes the Neural Theft. What a shot into Margaret! You might be trying to flank up from behind, but you've been spotted as well.
What?
Ivy, though, still alive.
Annihilation.
Annihilation sent through, but doesn't quite connect. Now Shiro trying to fend off, trying to hold back up around Truck. A little of an angle up from Labs 2, though. And Boom has to be well aware. Everything online and available, but then here comes the shots.
That's the orbital.
All down to Persia, and he's trying to sneak through. No sneaky peeky for you. Shiro picks up the 8th round for Boom with a headshot.
Get a bit of FPS stuck in the cast, why not? That's a throwback. Boom on the verge of a 9-3. Orbital strike picked up for Shiro at the end of that round. And the crowd is hungry for blood.
Boom.
Last chance here for
Esports.
SPG. Creeping up on B long. There's the wide peak. This is what I was talking about. Again, it's desperation plays from SPG. Instant sim trying to peek down middle. Catches nothing. Danby, one off the overdrive. Could see him pull that out late into the round for another hero play like we've seen time and time again. Francis on the off angle.
Whoa!
He's so sharp, Quack.
Still pulls out utility as well just to check. So well aware, so cognizant. NC Slasher wants to take it back.
Don't go to U-Haul, bro. It's not worth it. You can still go elsewhere. And that's what NC Slasher's gonna do.
But in towards Showers, Berserks, he's been spotted out. Persia, readying out the smokes.
Look at short. How do you get up short into that util?
All the traps, all the cameras, but Boom dredges on. In with the shots, completely fully stunned. Berserks desperately tries and shut down by Ivy. SPG will take this last round in the first half.
Bloody Guantanamo Bay on short, eh? Sonic sensors, trip wires. You can't make it through that. And off the back of some more dry peaks, 5 seconds into the round from Francis. Or in the mid-round, rather. Another multi-frag on the sky.
It's been a fantastic, fantastic first half for Boom. And we're going to hear from some of the crowd with an interview.
Britoma Arena! I would like to ask everyone in Britoma Arena to open your flashlight and hold your phone above your head. Swing it and repeat after me. Sha la 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 la. Oh, Boom Esports. Sha la 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 la.
Oh, Boom Esports!
Jonky, my man.
Ah, Boom Esports!
La 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 la. Oh, Boom Esports. Ja la 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 la. Oh, Boom Esports. Thank you.
Look at the crowd, the lights. It's all lit up for one team and one team only, Billy.
Berserks is going ham again, Quack. How does this keep happening? SPG, I don't know how you can overcome this. I would not be able to do it. There's very few who would be able to. But if you do, it's undoubted that you deserve a spot in VCT Pacific among the best. Boom on the defense now. Doubled up on the bathrooms line. Deep smoke onto short A, trying to disrupt, but they're aggressing straight into the sack from SPG. They hit all the shots back.
No!
How have they found the timing again?
That is ridiculous. Persia now desperately trying to head back just to retrieve the spike, but Shiro, they continue to push up. Ivy spotted up by the camera as well, and here comes that crowd chant.
Boombot goes
Finish
forward.
him.
Shiro trying to, swings out, punished by Ivy. That's one more to the annihilation, but Boom wins the second pistol. SPG has had some incredible attacking sides on Bind, despite the fact that they've been playing the double Sentinel and a Brimstone. Agents that don't really interact in the early to mid round with the way that the game works. You just rely on Danby and his Neon movement on the initiator util, but I don't think it's going to be enough this time, Quack.
Surely it is. The Korean squad desperately needs it. Danby, here he comes.
He's in!
Off the high lanes, in towards lamps. But Famous tucked up top on top of trucks. Shiro in with a bit of support,
no.
but Margaret onto the other side. Danby! He's managed to sneak in. He's getting lucky with the Bucky. Famous SB, they're all trying to fight back. They've got the guns, but now wrangled away by SPG.
See you later. They just put down that deadlock wall and they go, no, we got to get back out of here, Quack. Straight through, Swarm back to B. Famous out of position now, 40 HP. Got to make his way. It's a long journey. Like, Jesus, man. This is a marathon run from Famous. 2 kills already in the round. Gets hit by the tripwire. I'm sorry, folks. It's never happening. It would take a huge mistake from SPG. Margaret's already on the off angle. Ivy spotting out long. This one's done.
Lines in sight. Boom, headshot. And SPG will be able to pick it up. Up with the thrifty from Boom in the first half. SPG fires right back.
Unbelievable.
It all happens through Danby's Bucky.
Again, a small purchase, but when set up like that, the fast lane across short A, the perfectly timed guiding light straight into U-Haul, straight into a Cypher that can't see a thing. It's the easiest kill of your life. But that's the thing about Danby, Quack. That's not where he stops. He keeps sending it into spawn, and he's gonna keep sending it now.
Upgraded from a Bucky to a Judge.
See ya.
Instant stun. That's the first, and to the next. Off to more kills. Berserk frantically firing off. It's a classic. It's a pea shooter. And Danby continuing to hop all over the place. Runs out of ammo.
And that's the only reason why you're alive as Zesby. But he's gonna keep getting hunted by the rest of SPG. 4 guns alive. You lost naught but a Judge. You won the eco round. It's a huge economy swing. They might be behind by 3 rounds, but they have got the economy to come back in this game. Danby's got an overdrive straight against the first gun round. What are you gonna do as Boom? Where's Berserks? Putting the right trips down. Boom have been punishing Danby over and over again the last 2 mats, but they've got to do it now that the pressure's on.
The Cypher, the Skies, these have been intentional picks for the composition. Now they've got to hold.
Big smoke, high-low here. Boom looking for fights. Danby's made it all the way through bathrooms. There's a trip there. They're getting disrupted by the Molotov guiding light. Trying to force their way out of bathrooms, but shut out by another Sky smoke. Boom is disrupting them. They're trying to fight them in the close choke points.
And they've managed to pull off the utility from Danby. No relay available. He's got the overdrive though, Pilly. And they've got to be careful. Trailblazer back in just to check.
It spots them. They know it's still A. There's still 4 players here for Boom, but where's NC Slasher going? He's rotating back to spawn. He's not quite sure. They can't hear anything. But SPG, they don't like the way this feels. They've left Francis behind. He's got no utility. He can't do anything but fire off a couple of shots. Was a bit of a fake, to be honest. He's pretty useless in this round. Margaret, though, this is the key fight. Zespy's got the Judge out in hookah. We all know how this one feels.
But he's been spotted by the camera. Snakebite instantly, just to delay. He's done his job.
He's getting surrounded. There's no one there to help him, Quack. He needs help.
The rotations are slowly coming over. He's good. He manages to hold his own. Danby in with the overdrive into the sides. SB trying to stay tucked away, but here comes the slide. Off to the first frag. Berserk's now in. Has to step on top, and he manages to take that beat down. Famous in from the teleporter too, Berja. Can you do it? The spike has been planted for you. Famous off to the paint shells. Cuts him off up around elbows, managing to stick it halfway. Comes in for the straight. Famous clutches up yet another round for Boom, the Hungry Wolves.
Talk about changing the narrative. Into this grand final, Persia had about a 50% clutch rate, the highest in the tournament, 8 from 17. You'd put your house on him to clutch that round. But Famous comes up with the goods and secures a showstopper into this next round. But Boom, Quack. Boom are broke. Only one rifle retained. This is where SPG can reset them and close this round deficit.
And Gary firing off a shot with his hand gestures while the aura from Boom is indomitable right now, but SPG.
There's the net. They take B long. Shiro's playing Zesbu is playing forward with the judge in hookah. You can see it's very intentional where Boom positions themselves. They want to fight forward so there's space for the rest of the boys to retake in. Trailblazer gonna go clear B long. Nade is there and ready. Showstoppers in position.
Well aware of the plays from SPG. They've been running these threats from the days of on Team Red Force. Persia, he pushes up, and that's gonna be Dambi, but here comes the shot from Shiro! Oh! Just bringing their eyes to down white. Francis tries to fire back. Managing to use the guy like to sneak in towards back elbow. Zesby has no earthly idea.
Margaret just needs to buy time. He just needs to wait for Francis to have a chance to catch Zesby off guard, but this is a beautiful reposition from Zesby. Sneaky position inside of hookah, but they've got an idea. They've got an inkling that he might be there.
Zesby, need that patience. Crowd, they're telling you what you need to know.
Margaret's one off the neural theft as well. Would definitely help with the process of elimination, working out where Berserks is. He's closing in through spawn side. Francis has got that marked. Margaret, on the other hand, has got to deal with Zesby and hookah.
Playing around the toxic screen. He needs to buy a little bit of attention away for Berserks to come up, and there it is! First frag down. Now you gotta find Margaret. He's up around Garden. Tries to go for the cloud spray, but no! Zesby! He stands up. He shouts it out. This is my home!
Wait, don't defuse! Oh, they defused it. He got the neural. It's not a huge deal, but I want to see the Viper getting the pit there. I really want to see the Viper getting the pit there on defense. They were both one off. The pit's the bigger ult to take into the next round. Regardless though, small details, but the details you should focus on is Zesby in hookah. He plays that round perfectly. The reposition, the patience to re-clear mid, hopping out to take Margaret out at the right time. And on the other hand, the overposition into spawn, attack timeout for Sin Priester, and the crowd is giving it to them again.
Just when it matters most, Billy, Boom are 2 rounds away from completing this reverse sweep. Sin Priester, of course, they need to keep themselves in the game, but take a look at them up around their desks.
This would be a historical comeback in the making. Boom Esports down and out in this series, down 0-2, down 3-9, twice in a row. They are 2 rounds from ascending to VCT Pacific.
Dude, Dambi looks exhausted. This does not feel too good. Everything was right. Everything was set up for Sunbrisa to take this home back to Korea. That's where Pacific is. But Boom, here they are.
Where's this match, Quack? Where's this match, though?
Jakarta, Indonesia, in the Pratama Arena. The wave going off. Almost welcoming Boom.
That's how I felt after map 2.
Oh, man.
Thank you. Beautifully hatted man in the crowd. Absolutely right.
Will Boom truly complete this step up to the plate and join their brothers. Monyet, he's in the crowd. X-Sparrow, he's there too.
Pressure on A short here. Trailblazer goes forward, 2 trips in position. Famous playing off of them. Damby slides straight into it. He's down.
The paint shells. Famous up on top. He drops down, but Ivy able to convert. NC Slasher back in 2.
Annihilation's out. Huge reposition. Annihilation just to zone. SPG. They've hit the TP. Open plant. Seekers for Francis off the back of the plant. Zespi picks up a rifle. Upgrading from the judge. NC Slasher up from a Guardian. They're both going to hit the TP. But there's a sonic sensor when they jump out of hookah. That could be the round right there. The Seekers go out. The 2 guiding lights on Francis.
Seekers out. Francis, he's got those guiding lights. Looking to full send it.
They're waiting for the sensor.
Back into the corners to clear. There's the flash. It clears. And of course, Ivy picks up a contact. Zespi down to 30 HP. Not gonna make it happen. Sunpresa off the timeout. They completely managed to turn things around.
And that's the power of a deadlock. When you get into the post plant, you get those sonic sensors up. Good luck getting back into the site. Doors closed, mate. Guiding light off the sonic sensor. That second guiding light is what secures SPG the round. And they're fighting back. Boom are so close. But SPG wants it. They break their money. They're going to go up to 8 here. They've caught Berserks on the cross there. Nice and easy. Damby's not even needed. Straight through the cyber cage. Ivy's going to take him out. There's U-Haul control. There's all the bathrooms. Trailblazer spots out Margaret. They're trying to send it through the TP. You know better than that against Margaret. He's been hitting those all game long. And what can Boom get out of a 3-on-5? I mean, they've got to do some damage to the economy, Quack. You can't let SPG come through this round with 5 guns up.
That's precisely what they're looking for, Pilly. Up around heaven, a potential peek out from Famous. He's got that Sheriff. But of course, SPG, all too familiar with this.
Famous could get a couple of showstopper ult orbs here. Damby. This is what Damby does, man.
Yeah, he's comfortable here. Even when the heat is hot.
Oh, no way.
But Shiro fires back. Little bit of damage, but it's just a judge, so not too bad. Shiro picked it up.
That's what SPG wanted. Down to the spike. Oh, Margaret. Don't want to be dropping that rifle. That's more damage than Boom thought they were getting out of that one. You were happy with 4 rifles. 3 is a pretty even result, so bit of an oversight there from Margaret dropping the rifle. And those are the kind of cracks that you would never have expected from SPG earlier in this tournament. But that's the pressure of a stage game. Big ults online into this round and a timeout for Boom Esports. Orbitals and the pit for Zespi are what you have to consider. Where's he going to put it? You see it short A, you see it B long. Very rarely you'll see it in bathrooms. So the question, really the crux of the issue here for SPG is, where's the pit going? Where's the Cypher setup? And what are we going to do? Simple as that. They've just got to make the right decision based off where the pit goes. But what I will give credit to Shiro for, Quack, is this whole tournament, he's been holding his pit on the defense. On Lotus, he sits in that little C main choke and he holds out the pit. And when SPG is past the point of no return, when they burnt 45 seconds off the clock, that's when he throws down the pit, and it's crushing sometimes.
Definitely lots to consider. Meanwhile for Boom, also needing to figure out exactly how to deal against Danby. Just before it heads in, we saw him in with a judge.
Crowd is silent, the crowd is tentative. They're waiting to see what Boom's going to do off the back of this timeout. Boom needs energy, but they're going to have to conjure it themselves. This is where the chance starts. All right, let's have a look. What's Boom up to? Yeah, instant pit on short A. That's a standard one. You've got a deep trip there as well to try to keep Shiro safe. Little bit more Cypher util to keep an eye on bathrooms. SPG, they will have been prepared for this. This is a common situation to end up in. How do they deal with Shiro in the pit?
Trailblazer and then the relay. That's what it is. A grab net as well.
Oh, Orbital onto him with the grab net.
Just
Sick
to catch
util
Zesby.
combo from SPG.
But here comes, that's what I'm looking at. The other offensive approach. Demby looking to judge off from showers in towards sight. Berserks, unbeknownst to him,
They're just
holding
holding.
the angle. Demby slides off through, checks up bench,
Whoa.
but Berserks has looped around him. Margaret able to trade.
Back through bathrooms now. They're forfeiting the A site. They've seen 3 or 4 players there. They want nothing to do with it. Famous on the off angle could save Boom Esports here, Quack.
It's been spotted though, that guiding light now tries to take the initiative up against Francis, and he's
That's
done
a
it.
spike.
Pulls out the boomba though. Spotted out by Margaret. Jiro has the orbital and he's looking for the right time to pull it off.
Deadlock wall keeping them back. Sonic Sensor, this is how you play the deadlock. Orbital gonna deny the plant, trying to flush Ivy off the site, but he doesn't overstep. He's still
15,
alive.
15 seconds. There's the incendiary.
No way!
It burns the spike planter. Ivy picks it up right off the rip. Needs to stick it. Desperately breaking down that barrier match. Shiro alongside NC Slasher looking for the entry, and they've got the guiding light by Preserve. He's in for the off angle. A big wide step. Ivy! He manages to get the burst down.
It's the fundamentals that win you big games like this. Once all that util's been worked through, the Sonic Sensor, the deadlock wall, it's the old-fashioned TAC FPS crossfire. Swinging off contact to secure the round. Ivy, one more bullet away from death. What a sick spray control from him.
And a huge morale boost for Simprisa Gaming. Smiles across the board. They know that Boom's economy is broken in this round. They know that they've got a shot at coming back.
Yeah, absolutely. Going up to double digits now. Danby straight up short A, sending it into U-Haul yet again. The net, clearing a little bit of space. They get rid of the cam, but this is where Berserks has got a judge of his own. Is he going to get a chance to use it? They're going to hit the TP here. They're going to go back to B.
And it's all down to Zesp to hold this. The Trailblazer, he's managed to shoot it down for now. But here comes Danby. Oh, what a shot! Ivy, though, in for the trade. And it's going to be NC Slasher down as well.
Boom desperately trying to get back into the site, forcing out of that spawn smoke with the guiding light. Sneaking across into elbow. Famous one off the showstopper. That could be huge to come back in here. 2 sky smokes are going to cut off the hookah and the B long lines.
Is it going to be enough? SPG, they've got so much in position. And it's going to be down to Francis with the frags. Famous, the only one left, trying to wrap around from elbow. SPG, they've sensed it way too long. Turns around at the right time. Persia almost tying up the score. SPG.
Double digits. 4 in a row. What a grand final. This is unbelievable.
Boom. Will they need another timeout? Things are starting to get out of hand.
Back into the gun round now, though. Money's back for Boom. Showstopper's huge. One off the Seekers for NC Slasher. Him and Zesby were so huge on bind before, but they're going missing a little bit. Famous is the one stepping up. This is the individual inconsistency that Boom has had to deal with this tournament. Guiding light spots out a player jump spotting backside, actually. There's no one in hookah, but SPG thinks there might be. So they're going to read this round a little differently. Again, refresh Sky Smoke. Shiro trying to play disruptive. This is very intentional. This is game plan from Boom. They don't want SPG to get their executes off. They want to trap them in the chokes and shut things down before they get out of control.
Trying to do it though, but here comes Dabby.
Beautiful.
Good little shot from Shiro. And instantly with the showstopper, the party, here it comes.
They've overlooked Margaret. He snuck out. Bathrooms Famous. They know exactly where he is going in together with the Annihilation. It's not even needed.
And off with the ults, it's gonna be Francis! Yet another frag! Zesby, your brothers have fallen, but what can you do? Spike planted just around the type of truck.
You gotta say, there's nothing in this round for Zespiu. nowhere near his Viper ult. You just got to cling to the Vandal and hope for the best. SPG gonna even things up 11-11 on their attacking side of Bind. This is their comfort zone, Quack.
This is why they intentionally left this map to be the last. Their strats are good. Their
There's
players
Francis going, hello. Oh,
are
what a
looking
beautiful shoulder
consistent.
slot. What? The pre-fire,
The
what's that?
stutter step.
The mechanics on this man are unbelievable. They take everything away from Boom Esports. You can't even hold on to a Vandal. You're putting a half buy back together just to try to stop SPG from securing themselves series point. VCT Pacific point, Quack.
Anything possible to ascend to greatness.
He gets his Seekers off that. That's why he was hunting so hard for that frag. Another ult online for SPG. That's a great ult to inform your decision making against a half buy to reduce the risk, especially when you're only running a single initiator. You only have the Guiding Lights, you only have the Trailblazer, but when you have the Seekers, you can read the setup perfectly.
So much afforded to SPG because of that last kill. Danby back in with the Judge too. Zespi pulls out a Judge of his own, and so does Berserk, but it's a little bit desperate.
Patience from SPG. Guiding Light re clears B long, and that prompts the rotation from Boom. They're reading this as an A site here, but that Guiding Light, that's being called by Persia. He said, Boom's gonna read that there's no one towards B, and that's exactly why we should send it in.
Seekers for Seekers, and here comes the push. Danby off to the Sky Smokes. Boom trying to wrap around the side, but it's no avail. The kills are good for SPG, and they're getting the spike planted. Back in from Hookah, but without the weaponry. Boom does not have the range billing.
They don't.
Famous with the stinger up around elbow. Doesn't quite have the space either. Boom. This is the worst round possible to have. Spotted out as well. Danby one away from his overdrive. Famous at least takes him down, but this is match point. Sin Prisa Gaming looking to close this out. The crowd needs to rally behind Boom in this very, very crucial moment.
Just heard it from the Indonesian caster. This might be the last round. Is this a timeout from either team? Timer's not moving right now. Everyone's sitting in spawn. That'll give us a little more time to set the context here, Quack. Overdrive's there for Danby. He's got an Odin in his hands. I don't think he's going to keep that. If he does, he's a madman. Series point. Pacific point. If he comes into this round with an Odin, I'm going to lose it.
What? He's got the Odin as a Neon?
And the Overdrive. Maybe he just wants to let it rip with the Overdrive. When he runs out of Overdrive, pull the Odin out. Keep it going. Keep sending a hail of bullets at Boom. Timeout here. Boom have been here before, Quack. Boom were here on map number 3. One round away for Sin Prisa to secure themselves a spot in VCT Pacific.
Billy, this is it. One round could be the difference. One kill, one death, one frame of a second. Boom. This was not supposed to happen. This has already been what the performance. All they need is one to send it to overtime.
No real ults in this round. Just the Overdrive and the Neural Theft, but it's a good old-fashioned gun round to close us out here on the last map. One round difference between Boom fighting and continue to fight time and time again today for this spot in VCT Pacific, or whether you'll see a new wave of Korean talent join 3 other Korean teams in the Pacific League. Bathroom spite, the net hits the both and they spray them all down, Quack!
Danby goes in, He's desperate to look for some frags in with the overdrive, but shut down by Patricia's trip. What? Of all things to net a kill, that's what it is.
Orbital forces them back. They're scrambling back into spawn. Zespi is already behind them. He can hear all of these footsteps. He's noted the position of the sky. Persia fighting hard in bathrooms. Gonna take one with him. Shiro hits the deck. He's falling straight back into Zespi.
Oh!
That's the spike.
That is the spike. Francis, all alone. The lone survivor for SPG. He's done huge wonders for them so far on this map, but I don't think he's gonna make sure that he can come back here. He's got to pick up the spike. He's got to push in the site. He's got to get the spike planted. And meanwhile, 3 players from Boom are surrounding him, all converging on his position. Look at Zespi wrapping back around from the tunnel. Francis has no idea. And here goes Zespi! You stirred up the nest. You stirred up the hornets. And Boom have come here to take vengeance.
Revenge for the upper bracket game. Revenge for last year. Boom keeps fighting time and time again, no matter how far they're down. Down at the half in both of the maps, 3 and 4. Down 0-2 in the series. Down 3 or 4 rounds here on Bind. They keep fighting.
First OT, and it's gonna be an op play. Bit of a glass cannon.
That's a change
on
up.
the attack,
Yeah,
too.
Shiro whipping out the op. I thought the Odin was interesting. They're going to fight straight down to B long right off the rip here. Boom's kind of ready for it. NC Slasher taking a little bit of a look at that. Cam goes into middle. Cam over on bathrooms, keeping the information game solid for SPG, who are stacked up. 4 players here. Are they going to hit the TP and meet up with Margaret?
The potential for that TP play, exactly that, Billy. They've done it before, and there it is. The relay instantly sent down. Boom are prepared, but Dampy in for the double spray. Zespi fires back.
He still gets 2. They're all inside the TP. They know that all of Boom is in spawn. This is such a weird round. Francis picks up the orb, 2 off the Seekers now, but Boom, they regress. They call the trump card. They know that SPG has got to rotate back to B. Francis, the 1 taps again.
No! 2 taps. NC Slasher in for the trade. But now he's got to do so much more. He's got the utility, Pilly. He's got the spike as well. But does he have the kills? Does he have the skills to pull it off? In towards the off angle is Margaret. And he's holding. He's waiting. The traps all over the place. NC Slasher hops over, but he's spotted. He's not sent away. It's going to be Margaret with the kill. The first round ended over the Sinprisa.
He had a second. That's all it takes. He hopped on the cam. But NC Slasher, he had a standout game on Ascension on this map earlier in the tournament. And this time, he's not been hitting the mark, and Margaret, who's been clutched time and time again for SPG, comes up with the goods. 1 round away for SPG, and Boom have to fight again.
Just imagine the feeling in the server right now. Can be back in with a judge.
He gets the judge out in overtime. It's ridiculous. Following in the Trailblazer into the side.
Straight in. And everyone from Boom tries to back off. Great shots from NC Slasher, though. That's Stampede down. 2 more from SPG, too. Francis and Margaret trying to find space, but everything's been blocked off, cordoned off. No entry.
Where's Francis off
No
to?
space. Francis, he's got... Oh!
So close!
He almost made it happen.
How
4
do you
kills
hit
back
that?
to back?
How do you hit those shots? Imagine a world where he hits that last kill. That might be the best play I've ever seen, and I've been casting TAC FPS for 10 years.
Unbelievable. But still, this means Boom stays alive. Needing to convert a win on the attacking side.
Unreal, bro. Look at him. Yeah, look at him. I love that reaction as well. He's like, that would have been a clip, bro. All right, back to another overtime, round 27. Here we go. Boom Esports disrespecting, or actually inside of their own toxic orb. Bit of a progression all for them to take some space. In goes the Trailblazer. There is so much Sentinel YouTube, but all of it's being destroyed by the paint shells.
Still though, Margaret up around elbow. Not quite spotted just yet. Has the potential to spray through. Gonna be famous in for the first shot. He
Ooh.
peeks out. Shut down by Berserks. Danby fires back. What is that flick from Danby? Persia in as well. Oh my goodness. Yet another 4K from SPG to start off the second OT.
How do they keep pumping out Koreans that aim like that, like it's a bloody conveyor belt? Unreal from Persia. Again, VCT Pacific point for SPG. We're only winning defense rounds in overtime. No one can break through on attack. It looked like Boom had almost done it. They got into the site. They got a couple of entries. But on the flood, Danby and Persia come up huge.
Oh, and off the win, they call out the timeout too.
They need an attacking round.
Confounded.
They need it. They need a plan, man. They need an attacking round. No one can get one. But Sim Priester, if there's anyone that can get one, go look at the stats, boys. Go back in this tournament and look at their attacking sides. Ridiculous. They should be able to get this across the line.
On paper, the stats say it all. But sometimes it's the magic. Sometimes it's Boom. They've made it here so far. And they're looking to extend their life just a bit more.
Give themselves another opportunity. Eyes closed there for Gary.
They've been good dealing against Danby so far, just trying to get the reads up against SPG. They need to do it again.
What have SPG come up with? Coach has been given input. They've got a plan together on this attacking side. They've been one round away so many times, Quack. This has to be it. They have to have come up with the goods in the timeout. Boom is going to fight for Short A right off the bat here. There's two players over there. No, it's actually bathrooms. But SPG's creeping up short. 4 players here for Boom, Quack. Into U-Haul goes SPG, wrapping onto the backside of the site. Hello.
Great sight lines. The firing squad is here, and they are ready. Magazine's locked in. Crosshairs locked in too. Good little trades off from Shiro. It's going to be Berserks. Wrap back around Dice.
If they hit the TP, look where NC Slasher is. Look where NC Slasher is. He could come up so huge right now, Quack.
The timing on this is crucial. Oh! What a spray conversion! Danby desperately looking to hunt him down.
And see you later. He's on his horse out of there. Shiro's seen the push back through market. Danby sprinting his way straight up through Short A, trying to meet up with Persia. Inside bathroom, Zespi biding time. They've got a huge advantage here. They don't need to overcook it.
Out from the top, you've got Berserks as well. This is effectively a crossfire. How do you stick the spike in this situation? No, sir! It's not happening! Persia still crouches, sprays away!
No.
What? He got the 4K from before.
One off the orbital. He's got a Molotov to work through. They're trying to spam him through the box, down to 20 HP.
Does he have the position to pull off the utility, though? He goes for it! Shiro swings! One more kill! One more round! One more overtime! The spike ticks away. The server ticks away. This is what Valorant is about!
More defense rounds in overtime. Against all odds, NC Slashery's had a rough game, but the confidence to push down B-Long and cut the map in half, cut the rotations, stop SPG from making their way through the TP was a huge play to make in that position. Slow start for Boom yet again here. Fight over on B-Long. Could be something to keep your eye on. Deep smoke for Persia. Spit goes in. Trailblazer followed and replied by the Molotov, by the guiding light. SPG say no thank you, no entry to B-Long. They're going to forfeit it though. Persia just having a bit of a jump spot. And boom, they're going to walk back onto Hookah. Off angle from Francis could be deadly the way he's been playing today.
So ready for it. How he moves back and forth, trying to stay alive.
Inside bathrooms, Berserks is taking a little bit of a look here. Guiding Light goes into middle, doesn't see anything, and that pops out the pick from Persia.
No.
That's a mistake. Informed by the Guiding Light, he thought no one was on B. He was trying to go for a push. Dampy goes through the TP. SPG has got a complete misread on this round.
Gonna be kicking himself, looking at the back of those moments. Boom now, off the kill, rotating back into the A side. Berserks still undetected inside of showers. And here it comes, smokes down. Draftnet avoided. NC Slasher,
Wow.
he spotted out, he's gotten the dig, he's gotten the spray! It's gonna be the spike plant pretty soon, Francis! You can't do nothing! It's all down to Danby, just trying to slide up to heaven. But can you find the shots? The whole of Indonesia, all 5 members, staring down your barrel. Danby, slowly slicing the pie. Slowly creeping up into showers, but where could Boom be? He's got to consider everything. The incendiary out. It's a high-low setup. He burns. He falls. It's a flawless win for Boom.
They finally find an attacking round in overtime, and they finally secure themselves VCT Pacific Point for the first time today. SPG under pressure, bro. They got to come up with it on their attacking side. They weren't able to do it even after a timeout before. What have they got for us?
The timer ticks away. Countdown's over, and Danby slides up. Boom, well aware.
B-long control taken. Sky Smoke to try to contest. No, it's actually the poison ore being cycled by Zesby, but he needs to save some gas in case an execute comes through once that smoke elapses. 4 players ready to defend here for Boom. Full retake setup on the A side. Trailblazer sees nothing. Well spammed by Persia, denying the information to Boom. They're getting nervous, they're getting tentative. You can see the movements a little bit from Famous as well as Berserks in spawn. The longer this takes, the longer they're concerned about the A site, but the Guiding Light confirms the contact on B long.
Gotta consider about Hookah as well. Good little toxic situation. Zesby though might just be able to fend them off. Danby comes in. He evades all those shots, but NC Slasher's got him locked down. And now Hookah completely blocked off too.
They're going back to Margaret. It's plan B. He's sprinting through the back of the site. This can all be heard by Berserks in heaven. Boom not shifting a muscle. This is going to give time for SPG to come in to set themselves up a winnable post plan. The trips need to be avoided. They're stumbling over themselves to get into the site. Boom knows everything.
This could be it, Pilly. If Boom play their cards right, they punch a one-way ticket through. The teleporter play now in through showers. Berserks still up on top of heaven. The barrier mesh in their way! What? Francis! He puts up a good hold, but unfortunately still falls to the ground. Back to a 2-on-3. Margaret trying to stay alive, using the cyber cages. Berserks tries to push up from spawn. Considering their options, looking out through.
Oh.
It's Ivy. He's good for it. This is his garden.
Annihilation.
The vines wrap around him. The Annihilation sends through and locks on. SPG pushes us into yet another overtime.
How do they make that 3-on-5 work? Margaret giving them a plan B. Boom, trying to play things safely, trying to play things by the numbers. Berserks was playing patiently inside of heaven. But even in a 3-on-5, when you've got a Cypher and a Deadlock alive, you can win the post plant. When you've got Francis that multi-frags every time and comes up with the goods on the Vandal, you can win a 3-on-5 and you can keep your hopes alive.
All these tiny little moments. A single slip-up could cost you the game, could cost you the trophy.
Crossfire over B long. Deadlock's been moved to B. Sonic sensors at the bottom side of B long and over towards Hookah. Trailblazer goes forward, cleared by Francis. Famous inching forward. It's a dangerous thing to do. The Guiding Light's going to safeguard his approach into Hookah.
Onto the other side too. It's gonna be Berserk. He's been spotted out.
Oh,
Captured on by Danby.
SPG springs the trap off the cam. The relay bolt. Berserks moves past the point of no return. And Boom walking up behind the Viper wall. Guiding light. I don't know if it's scanned. Famous inside of Hookah, but Danby's seen them on the jump spot.
Fast lanes out just to block them off. But Boom look to traverse forward. Oh, they can't quite march on.
Where do they go? Patching up Zest for you. Shiro sticking around, trying to catch Danby on the jump spot. They're meeting up with Famous over towards Hookah. But look at this V-long setup. How do you break these off angles? As Boom, you have got one guiding light to work with. And that's what they've got to do. Danby's TPing. He's trying to sow some seeds of down in their mind. What a spray down!
Onto the overdrive too. Oh, on towards Famous. He doesn't have the time. Just looking for a couple of frags for a bit of a morale boost, but SPG, Danby, back alive on the server.
Broken record at this point, Quack. But SPG, against all odds, down in a 3-on-5. Maybe they're the ones performing the comeback. This series has gone for so long, I can't keep track of it anymore. Timeout, Boom. They're on the defense. Pressure back on them. Coach Meow led the majority of this squad in last year's disappointing Ascension run. He's learnt the lessons. He's learnt what it means to lose and come up short here at Ascension, and he knows if they drop this round, it's all done for them.
In for what could be the very final LAN for Boom. Everything written up to this point. All the overtimes, all the blood, sweat, and tears shed down to this moment. Can they make this magic happen again?
I can't wait, bro. I just want the overtime to be over. Just show me some more Valorant right now. Inject it straight into my veins. I'm ready for another couple hours of this, Quack. The rounds just keep coming. SPG, can they secure the bag? Can they go home to Korea to play the best in the world? Or will they go home with nothing?
It's all down to that trophy. Ladies and gents, chat back home, you've all been in this moment before. Whether you're playing online, whether you're an underdog, whether it's your boss or your teacher telling you what you can or can't do, it's down to Boom trying to fight back.
Disruption over on bathrooms. Sky smoke being thrown up here by Boom on the defense. SPG lying in wait. Margaret and Ivy biding their time, waiting for the right opportunity. A lot of emphasis and control and pressure applied to the extremities from SPG. They've taken B-long. They've thrown up the progression smoke. Big rotation back across the side. This was a winning round for Boom last time. Retake A with 4 stacking B. They're gonna try to hold the execute again.
Trailblazer, and then the TP play. They're just thinking about it, but there they go.
This time there's not a 3-on-5, boys. This time, everyone for SPG's alive here. Berserks ripping the cage, playing for time. Famous on the rotation, breaking down the deadlock wall. It's gonna be so hard to get back in.
The sonic sensor set up around the spike as well. Boom, they've got to hit their target. They got to hit their shots.
Beautiful.
So far, so good. But here they come. It's gonna be down to it. And Danby trying to hold up around Showers. So many players alive on the other side of the site. And there goes those traps, a relay, it all hits. Danby slides, what a headshot! But Boom, they managed to fight back! Berserks! It's all down to Persia. He's been good in this overtime so far, but can he do it
One off the orbital.
He might be the prince. 1 kill for the ultimate. But Berserks tries to stick to spike. His teammate just needs to stay alive.
Is there enough time?
There's the ultimate. He sticks it.
He's got it! Unbelievable!
SPG! They have done it! The kill, the ultimate, the orbital strike, and Surpresa Gaming will ascend to greatness! Welcome to VCT Pacific. Welcome back home.
A new wave of Korean talent inspired by generations of excellence in esports. 4 teams in VCT Pacific, all Korean, and there's a reason. They are just the best.
Just imagine them standing up next to the Korean greats in Pacific, but still, tears on both sides.
I mean, it's just such a release of emotion after a long fought series like that. SPG was so close to letting it slip away. So much relief for them, but so much heartbreak for Boom. They got a step closer today, but they deserve the applause from the crowd. They deserve the props. They were good enough to ascend today.
Boom Esports. An incredible showing, without a doubt. Nobody expected it to be this tight, this close. Hold your heads up high, boys, because you are definitely the people's champions, but still, Sin Prisa Gaming. They are the ones who have made it through. They are the ones who pull out the most impossible wins in overtime.
And the crowd giving them the respect they deserve, even here in Jakarta, even here in the Britama Arena. You have to give props where it's due. Sim Prisa was fantastic today, Quack.
Just look at them, how much they're doing it, all the work put into this. They came in as the favorites, and here they are. Sin Prisa. Welcome to VCT Pacific. That trophy is theirs. They've been staring at it for the longest time.
It was a hell of a road to get there, though. They experienced some heartbreak in Challengers Korea Stage 1 across 3 different rosters. They were knocked out in the open quals in VCL Korea, in VCL Japan for Persia. They come back in full force and dominate in the group stage. And they're going to get another trophy lift. They're going to relish in the moment, every single one of them, Quack.
And it's just so well deserved. Yet another raise. Coming in from Challengers Korea,
Yeah.
off the rip into Ascension Pacific.
Yeah, I mean, they had some troubles. Moving through D+, moving through Nongshim Red Force, that gave them a lot of regional competition in the playoffs, but they scraped a win over the line in a pretty tight best-of-5 series. But when they came to Ascension, I've never seen anything like it, Quack. Rookies are supposed to choke in international events when the pressure gets on them, but they came up with the goods. They dominated straight through to the grand final, and they showed the grit that it takes to be a champion.
The perseverance, the resilience, everything in for them. They were tested. Make no mistake, Billy. But they still stand tall. Sin Prisa Gaming, I can't believe, of all things to end the final round, it was a kill and the sudden orbital strike. He made it so instant.
It was another clutch from Persia. He's been coming up with them time and time again here at Ascension. 25% clutch rate from a pretty big sample size in Challengers Korea across a whole season. Those are great stats. Coming into a playoffs grand final, he had like a 50% clutch rate. So you could bet that he was going to close a 1v4 like that. And he's done it again to secure the bag for Sin Prisa. I cannot wait to see what these guys are going to do in VCT Pacific. People have been saying their names. There's been whispers. I would love to see them go up against some of the best in Asia and some of the best in the world, the way that this last year's gone with Gen G. It's going to be great to see more Korean talent on Showcase, that's for sure.
It's incredible. The crowd loves it. Fans at home love it. I mean, just imagine if they came into this playing against the home crowd playing against opponents they've never faced before.
Yeah.
So many overtimes, and they were still able to come out on top. Just imagine the damage they can do in VCT Pacific.
Yeah, I'm hoping it. I feel, very, very sorrowful for Boom, I would say, but I want to see if they can pick themselves up again after multiple disappointments, and you know that they were good enough to ascend today. That's what I really take home from this, with the strength of the crowd, with the patriotism that they...
We, I think, have a winner's interview.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for our champion.